The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this Sunday edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk here on September 22nd, 2024. Along with Bear Norman Tag, Cashmoney007, I am your host, Mike. Our special guest for this afternoon, Anonymous, is backstage, and today Anonymous will tell us about the origins of his channel and where he sees his channel going 6 months to a year from now. But first, gentlemen, how are we doing?
I got a new thing to add to the FU list, so that's beside it. Other than that, I'm doing okay. Just still trying to wake up, man. Ooh, beautiful weather coming in there. I tell you, spring is not spring, but fall is finally falling on us, and I love this time of year. But yeah, and of course, when the appropriate time comes, and since when has, first of all, Animal's been a special guest, unless you're talking about a short bus and a friend. I mean, is he really a guest? He's been on our show and harassing us and telling us how often how he got to start, because it's always been about him. Na. I tell you, I mean,
yeah.
And I only say this because he's behind the scenes. He can't see a damn thing. Hi, I love you, Animos. Really, I do.
And in case anyone's wondering why we were delayed in our start time, it's because we were fuming backstage over the price hike with StreamYards.
Yeah, we we're having a literally. I mean, walking in, and this basically was all of us today.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yes.
Oh, coming in hot, I tell you what.
I mean, for your plan to go up, almost $30+ for my plan to go up almost $20, just because they want to add new features and not even give you the option as to whether you want those features or not. It's like, nope, you're getting these features.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? A year or whatever, or a half, or I can't remember.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Really, when I started $10 plan.
Right, and they said they go, hey, we got a special deal for you, $10 for life. For life,
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're using our services, you hunyucks, you get to have for $10. Okay, no problem. Of course, we get that email, right? We get that email saying, yeah, we're going to be doing new services, blah, 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 and all that. And this is what what you can do if you want to start going for this. Okay, I blow it off because, like you were saying, Mike, there was nothing saying that your plan is going to be going up. Besides, like I said, I'm already grandfathered into a $10 forever plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was, and it's like, okay, I'm more than happy to do that. And then start finding out, oh, no, we moved you $44.99 a month. $44.99 a month. And they're not even giving me the option to go back to free. And I just got them off.
giving any of us the option to even choose select features that we want. It's complete another BS. And I do want to say good morning to Arwen Avalon. Good morning.
Oh, hi.
Good to see
Hi,
you,
Arwen. Such sweet and lovely lady. She is, and I love her laugh. But yeah, I mean, honestly, so I guess we can start off by saying, fuck you, StreamYards. And I think there's other servers that we can use for streaming. I might have to start looking at that because, oh, wow. She's talking to you, Cash. It's your chin. It's your chin. Not my beer belly, your chin. Mr. Birthday Boy. Again, happy birthday.
Thanks.
And but no, it's like, why do I, after you pulled this stunt on me, streamers, why do I even want to use your service?
Well,
I mean, there's Talk Studio by Streamlabs OBS. You know how I feel about that particular service, but I might have to look into using that with my Streamlabs OBS plan.
Right. I mean, I literally, I mean, I know people like to use the word literally all the time, but I literally cannot afford this. The only reason why I was keeping my $10 because I haven't really been streaming that much on my channel. But the only way I was keeping that is because I did not want to lose that $10. I figure if I cancel that out, I'd come back and be like, what, 20, 25, whatever it is, what the original plan was. This is doubled. They literally doubled the regular plan, and for me, more than doubled. And is this how you're gonna keep the people who do this happy?
Yep. I mean, you know, you think about other options you use. There's Restream, but that's not cheap either.
No,
and
it's not.
then there's Rumble Studio, but the problem I have with Rumble Studio is every time I set up a live stream, if I want to have clips, I have to upload those clips each and every time I go into the studio.
Yeah.
Instead of them being there permanently, unless I decide, okay, I'm going to take out this clip and add this new clip.
Right.
That's a pain after a while.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, all our quality of streams, by the way, just to let you know, might be suffering a little bit because of it. But hey, at least you get the quality of us. Well, that's not much to back up on. But still, I mean, so if you start seeing changes to all what we're doing out there or how things are being done, this is why. It's because because you know, again, fuck you, StreamYard. Just fuck you, Mark Hamill. While we're at it,
not just StreamYards, but you look at your everyday services that you're paying for,
right?
And everything keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to make a decision. Do I want to keep paying for this, or do I just want to use the free version? Do I want to use Rumble Studio?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Talk Studio.
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever run into this problem, but this morning I was there's a new Sword Art Online game coming out, Baron, which is going to have all the cast, and you're going to be able to play co-op and multiplayer. And yesterday I was running it on my SSD, my portable SSD, and what happened? My computer crashed, and I'm like, oh no. Don't tell me this SSD is now finally going bad. And I just decided to install it on another hard drive, and it was fine. And then I tried it on a game on an SSD, and it was fine. I'm like, my gosh, I guess for some reason that portable SSD did not like that test of that Sword Art Online game. But I started worrying. I'm like, oh, don't tell me this portable SSD is going bad, because it's like, no.
Oh, just a second. Arwen, are you still out there, Arwen? I want to know Arwen's still out there.
But you ever have that run into a problem with the SSD, Mike?
I have with my external SSD recently, where I had to replace the cable because it wasn't supplying enough power.
Yep. And so I think it was weird. There was an error message, and then all of a sudden my whole computer crashed. I was like, wow. Over a Sword Art Online beta test. Wow. I was like, okay.
And Arwen's still here, Baron.
She is.
Okay. Well, I was going to do... Oh, there we go. Okay. Hey. You come back here. Okay. There we go.
Looking for mouse.
No.
Oh.
Damn it.
While you're looking for that item, Baron, I'm going to say hello to Pop Culture Mechanic. Good
Hey,
morning,
Pop.
good sir.
Culture.
My plan ruined. I'm sorry, Arwen. I was going to do, but you know what? Honestly, I can still do this. What the heck?
So the reason why we're
I'm
bringing
having
up this,
cable problems here.
Mm-hmm.
but the reason why we're bringing up this price hike in StreamYard is just to let everybody out there who uses StreamYards to stream to multiple platforms know that this is happening and to check your billing, because you might be in for a shock if you don't.
Yep, I had a feeling.
Da-dum, da-dum.
Mouse cam.
Mouse.
Oop. There he is. What's that? There's the other one.
Mm-hmm. There's little girl.
Sunning herself.
Not quite. The sun's not there yet, but let me turn this off now. I know she likes kitties.
Yep. Sorry about that. Nightbot was being stupid again. Arwen.
Well, I was having problems because my camera fell off, and little girl got through some of the cables on my monitor, so that means it's the one screen is a little dodgy right now. Do you want an orange cat or one you can have little girl? Just keep away from your cables.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, we will be welcoming in today's special guest for our Pacific414 Pop Talk. He's a great friend of the channel, and first time he came on to Pop Talk, we were talking about a Deep Space Nine article, and from there, it turned into a beautiful relationship. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome in Anonymous. 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 And we will get into how that particular clip came to be. But Anonymous, thank you for your patience and welcome to the show.
Yeah, they had me tied up in the back end there. Just wouldn't let me
whoa,
out.
Whoa, phrasing, you're making it sound like in here.
I'm sorry, Master. I won't badmouth you again.
I don't want to know what I don't want to know what the hell's happening in your she shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You don't want to know.
I don't.
Terrible things.
I mean, I think we already got some of it. You know,
he's playing with his Harry Potter wand. I can't say
that. And Arwen says she wishes she could take another cat, but she's at capacity right now.
I mean, I can send her piece by piece.
Capacity.
I like that.
Capacity.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I got to call that Haitian family next door. Hey, you know,
oh boy!
Whoa, where did that come from?
Oh, hey!
I'm sorry. I'm so
troubles.
You didn't take it all, did it, folks?
Hey, people! I just want to let you know that was a line that Anna Moss wrote for me and told me I had to use today. So, are you really happy to see this guest now?
Yeah, I like.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Rick killed a man.
What happens when I come on this show?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I love this. They have referrals. You want to give a referral to StreamYards? Oh, I love that. I mean,
yeah, are they going to pay us? Are they going to pay us?
They said, "Hey, you want to do a referral? You want a referral?
How about no?
Yeah, exactly. How about no? No, you ignorant.
You have a lot of cash you don't need anymore. And I'm not talking about Cashmoney007. I'm talking about your
we don't need
wallet cash.
Hey,
then join StreamYards.
Hey, the thing is, I look at my bank account and I have like 2 digits in the bank account, but I neglect to say that there's a negative before it. So no, I can't afford this, literally. So it's like you absolutely right. And you know what? I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people who are, if they're not in the red, they're pretty damn close to it. And where do they get the idea we streamers have money? We are not Doomcocks or Jerry's out there. I mean, we're not the ones breaking in all this dollar. We're not PewDiePie. We're not Mike Zero. You know, Mike Zero.
And here's the thing: I'm not going to start, nor will I ever say to anybody watching the stream, "Give me money, give me money, give me money," because that's not why I do this. I do this because I enjoy talking to people like Anonymous, having fun, streaming games.
Well, if Mike don't want the money, I'll take it.
Well, see, that's just
that's not why I'm doing this. Yeah, I know I'm monetized.
Well, but even people who have maybe 100K subs and stuff, can they actually quit their day job? That's the question. Probably not. No,
you have to have a million subscribers.
See, the thing is Mike doesn't come on here begging for the money. That's why he has me. So therefore, I want to talk to you about the stealth as optional plan for Pacific414. No,
but
well, I mean, it seems like we may have to do more pushes on streaming, whatever channel it is, about telling people that look, however much money you have, it doesn't mean things aren't still expensive. And that they don't need to keep going up like this. And so once again, I will point out, think about it. Who are you going to vote for? And I'm not going to say who, but who are you going to vote for? You should probably vote for the person who's probably going to bring prices down. Who is that?
Linda DeRouche. I'm voting for Linda DeRouche.
Yes. I think Baron's going to vote for the mole people. So, yeah.
And yes, Anonymous, if you want to talk politics on today's show, we can talk politics. I got no problem with that.
You don't have to do that. I ain't going to run everybody off with that.
Animosity is that alt phenomenon out there. We don't need alt phenomenons out there with their alt phenomenon philosophies and all that.
I get paid in pickles, so it doesn't matter.
I'm about one step away from just canceling this. I'm just looking at the stream because, like I said, I want to drop it down to free, and it's not giving me that option. They're giving Mike an option to do it, but not me.
I don't
it's
know.
It's like, okay, fine.
I'm one log off and log back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm going to log out. I'm going to log out almost
reload or something like that. I don't know if that'll help, but yeah.
No, I doubt it because they're greedy. I just did reload. No, I'm just to the point where, you know what? I think I'm just going to cancel it because I can't. Yeah. No matter what, I can't. If they're going to, F around. Hey, folks, this is it. We're going to do this live. I'm stealing Animos's
Animos.
Yeah, and
he's very antsy.
I've come to grips with how he pronounces my name. I'm fine.
Animos. Animal os. What are you? I mean, what are
Yeah.
Animos too. Anodomini? Are you? Is that who you are? Are you Anodomini?
How do you read books?
I can laugh because when I first did the thumbnail, I actually did put Anonymous. It's like, no, Mike, it's Anonymous, you idiot.
Anonymous. Yeah, I saw that. It's okay, dude. I don't think Anonymous. People have called it Animos, Anonymous.
Well, see, that's just it. If they're gonna dump on me, say about what a horrible person I am because I say Kamala Harris's name wrong. Well, I do that everybody's name.
So did Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's just an equal opportunity bigot.
Yeah, I mean, Bob, damn straight.
Our so-called president or whatever said her name wrong too. I mean, there's a tape of it, so whatever.
Joe can't pronounce any words. What are you talking about?
And Arwen's talking about the price of dairy in her area. Well, the price of meat products in my area, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, just everything's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, and things can only get worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we have like Quick Trip with a K, not the Q. They're a Wisconsin outfit, but basically they're owned by a dairy. So at least, thank goodness, the milk hasn't shot up really high. But they used to be able to get eggs and butter for them for cheap. Not anymore, because it affects them.
So many of these politicians are cowards because some of them should definitely have town halls. How are we going to bring prices down? How are we going to do this? Yeah.
What did you just
so
say?
Far removed from the people.
What do you just say about the politicians? They're what?
They should have
a
town
hall. No. You said what do you call politicians that they are what? They are.
I called them a lot of cowards. Yeah.
What the hell you say?
No, I just only some really care, unfortunately, and the rest, well, they're the ones that are voted in, and then our prices go up. This goes up.
Oh, now I get. Okay, I'm going to free now. Okay, they gave. I went to canceling.
There you go.
And they say, yeah. And what do I'm going to do? And okay, yeah. No, cancel these. I want to lose all those benefits. Why? Do I have a lot of choices? Too expensive.
And I think there needs to be, and this is just another example, that a push to say, look, we've got to get people in there in our government who are going to actually help bring prices down, who are actually going to help care more about this country than other countries. I know it sounds mean, but this is the country we live in, so we should care the most about it. It should be that simple.
It should be, but unfortunately, you have politicians on both sides who are getting money under the table.
Yes, I agree.
And we're all suffering for it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk to.
Yeah, we are. Who cares about Animos? In fact, you can go now, Animos. It was great having you here. Wonderful. I hope the life treats you well. Let's get.
It's been fun, guys. I got things to do. People to see.
Back to the she shed with you.
Back to the she shed with you. And that's just it. Yeah, that's what's so great about it. That's how a good friend he is of the channel, because we can bust his chops like that.
Always. He busts our chops.
I don't have any chops left.
Come on, guys. Get that Star Trek Online stuff done. It's hard, Anonymous. No, get it done.
You big pansies.
Whoa!
We got it done. We got it done. But Anonymous, tell us how and when you started your channel.
Oh, it seems like 50 years ago.
It was.
It was. I was new to the YouTube area. I think it was Doctor Who. Really, that was driving me up the wall. And because I love Doctor Who, it was a staple. Me and my kid always watched it, on BBC America, and it just started declining very, very rapidly. And I was like, "What the crap is going on with Doctor Who?" And so I don't know why. I don't know where it come from. But I just decided to look on YouTube and say Doctor Who is bad, some stupid search, and it instantly brought up Dave Cullen, and so I clicked on his videos, and he just went, a bunch of videos about how Doctor Who was just going down the drain and woke ideology, all this stuff. And I'm like, this is very interesting, so and you move from him over to Nerdrotic and all these other guys that talk about the pop culture stuff and wokeness and Mahler and all them, and just learning, what woke was and what I was looking at, right? A lot of times I was kind of a normie, I mean, I could recognize when stuff is wrong, but I didn't know really all the back end of it, Now I can't not see it, right? You watch something, right? Like, woke. Yeah, I got you right there. Agnosexual feminism. Yeah,
virtue signal there. Virtue signal.
Yeah, and then it gets crazy with some of the anti-woke people too. It's like, there's a woman in it. It must be woke. It's like, calm down, guys.
Easy.
The thing is, he saw Animos. I mean, Animos just saw Arwen in our chat, and he goes, "You guys are woke. You got a woman in there. You got a girl.
She's girl power personified."
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That you had to go through that.
Just know, Baron, Arwood could probably
Triggered.
kick your ass.
I know. I know. And I don't see it
don't tempt
outside.
him. No.
Let's see what she said. Woman president, woke alert. Well, I mean, it's not really woke alert, but I could play this just to satisfy Baron. Let's see. It's down to our sound effects. Here we go.
Visit the He-Man's Woman Haters Club. Woman detected. He-Man Woman Haters Club. Woman detected.
You go girl boss on Baron. Let him have it.
So you started looking through YouTube. You saw Dave Cullen's videos. You started being able to recognize it. But what was it that made you decide, I'm going to get my voice out there? What was the first video you decided to make where, it grinded your gears, so to speak?
Yeah. I don't even remember what video the first one I actually made. I mean, I had a couple videos on there from a long time ago because I didn't even understand how YouTube works, so I just posted like other people's videos. Like
you still don't.
Like I still don't understand how it works.
I don't think any of us do, Baird.
Yeah, really. But
that's true.
But most of I was watching Nerdrotic Gary and I was heavily in the chat, because I had more time back then to interact in chat, and this chat wasn't as big, right? His channel wasn't as big as it is now, and so you got to know some of the people in chat and everything, and he kept telling everybody, go out there, start a channel, get your voice heard. Just need more voices, not fewer. Just go make a channel. Let it be a hobby. Don't worry about getting paid and all that crap. Just be a hobby. And it's like he almost had me talked into it. And then, I just wanted to do something. I'm a creative person, on varying levels of degree, right?
Well, you made that video for Nerdrotic, and he's like, thanks. That still cracks me up, dude.
yeah,
Jace did it.
Jace
still used to the thing.
That was all impromptu.
Those glasses, those ears.
My gosh, yep.
I couldn't help myself. But yeah, so I was talking to Brightest Day in the chat, and I was like, man, I'm almost convinced to start a channel and start doing something, and he was like, just do it, man. Just go ahead and make you a video. Just start making videos, just whatever you want to do. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And that's what got me into it. And I didn't know where my channel was going. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, I was kind of all over the place at first. And yeah, as you can see, if you scroll through all my crap, then where was my first video? Oh, actually,
Let Braided Ring looks like it's your oldest video here.
No, yeah, it may be. Yeah, because that's an interesting one. I was watching Glenn Beck. This girl was on there, she did just out of high school, I think, and he was going to a school with one of the hosts that had a private school thing going, and she rewrote
Was Glenn Beck crying? Because he always cries.
No, she was crying.
Well, then he would have been crying. Were they both crying? I mean, every time I turn around, he's always weeping.
Not that time, but yeah, he cries a lot. He's a weeper, that's for sure. But she made a song and they played it. I bought it. I went to iTunes, downloaded it. I re-edited that clip from his show and had her where she's describing how she made the song. She just rewrote I can't remember the name of the song now. And it moved me to want to do. I think God told me to make this. So I re-edited it with her interview, parts of her interview, and then played the song. And it's got like the highest views I've ever gotten. That's one of my first video. It's got the highest views I've ever gotten in my life. And which is ironic. But for the most part, where I really started, 'cause that was like 7, 8, 9 years before I even actually started making videos. So,
yeah, and it's unfortunate.
my first
Mm-hmm.
first video was just I'm clipping everybody else's stuff, like the 665 flag thing. That was kind of goofy, but it was just a play from Steve Day's show talking about a theory about putting the groomer maps color on the pride flag sort of thing, and how it'd be 6 stripes for this, 6 stripes for that. I don't know. It's just like 666. So it's kind of weird, but
well,
I just
watch it with that devil crap here, Adam Moss. That's
bringing my religion into it.
It's
Next
unfortunate.
time he's going to be talking about the foosball game.
The foosball.
Oh no, that's strike 2.
You play
What's the third
foosball.
What's
It's for the devil.
What's the third one?
Could it be Satan?
Could it be Satan?
Is this evil?
But yeah, Anonymous, it's really unfortunate. Of course, recently, was it 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, YouTube's like, oh, we're going to change things again. We're going to censor this. We're not going to allow this. I mean, the fact that Mike, for example, or anybody has to get a copyright claim or whatever because they play Star Wars music, even though this is an old game. It's been, but the Star Wars music, ridiculous stuff, man.
That was when I was playing Dark Forces.
It's ridiculous. So it's like, okay, then why would I even want to bother playing that game on YouTube? Play it somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Freaking Mama Susan was bad enough, but whoever that dude is they got now is getting worse.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. So
yeah,
this platform is so good, though, man. We can schedule stuff, we can do things, but they want to keep trying to take away the freedom of speech. It's going to be a big problem. So people will go other places. And so,
well, yeah, they worked hard on making YouTube what it is, all the features, all the conveniences, all the, the tools that you could use. And, it's not perfect and everything, but, but when you have dictators and tyrants, sitting at the helm of the ship, it makes the experience that much worse, and it makes people want to jump ship, but it's so better than everything else right at the moment that it's hard to jump ship. It's like, wow. And it's a conundrum for everybody, and Rumble's getting there. It's not there yet, but
I was going to say Rumble's not perfect. It has its flaws.
It's not. It does.
It took 3 times for me to get today's stream scheduled because it wasn't working properly, and it's like, come on, Rumble, fix your user interface.
I was used to things before on Twitch, Anonymous, and then they're changing this stuff. It's like, oh, great, I have to get used to something else again. All right, fine.
Yeah, that's always like, that's just like social media. You know how like you connected to your family on Facebook or even if Twitter or whatever, whatever you're using. And then all of a sudden, you realize, oh, they don't like me, and they're trying to silence me. So everybody's moving. Oh, Parlor is a new thing. Everybody's moving to Parlor. Oh, and then we got MeWe, and then we got this. There's like 15 other ones, and then you want to move to like MeWe, and then your family is moving to Parlor, and then nobody can make a decision. Your friends are going over to this other one. Nobody can make a decision on which one you're going to go to. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Well, it's crazy. I got a serious question. Is MeWe still out there? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I haven't logged into that.
I thought they
the day after I created an account.
Yeah. I thought they crushed it like they were trying to crush everybody else.
Yeah, it's fell off into the ether. So even if it is still actually active, there's like 5 people on it probably.
Well,
nobody talks about it. Nobody cares.
Yeah, Parlor was never the same after the Amazon servers were gone. It just wasn't the same, even though Candace Owens' husband, at the time took it over. It was like, you say something on there and a bunch of people, first you're like, hey, I'm building a following on here. It's like, wow, 90 people blocked me because I said something they didn't like. That's crazy.
I still haven't unblocked you, by the way.
That's right. But no, yeah, Parler was never the same, and so like those obviously those Amazon servers were very powerful. But after all the nonsense that happened, and Amazon blamed Parler, it just wasn't the same, and it just fell apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they
I
got
think it's
screwed
pretty
over
much dead
royally.
now. Oh, they did. Yes. You don't even have
I
to
feel
like
sorry for
Parler to
'em.
understand that. Yeah. Mhm.
You have a great day too, Arwen. And yes, we
Oh,
will
You too.
pray for your dairy prices. And of
Yes.
course, a lot of other grocery prices out there in other parts of the country because, it's not getting easy for any of us.
no. It's sad.
Exactly.
It's sad. And yeah, thank you, Arwen. Always great to have you along.
Always great to see you,
Your,
Arwen. We'll talk
your
soon.
laugh,
Yeah.
your laugh and your smile is always infectious. So
Agreed.
And the red hair doesn't hurt either.
No, that doesn't. You get the honor. You got the honorary. I'm a boy to get into the He-Man Woman Haters Club. We won't look at you as being a woman.
Well, she and a few other people
Did you just
have
call her
an
trans?
No, a tomboy.
I was just gonna
Okay.
say, and I hope she hears this, but she and a few other people have an open invitation to pop into Pop Talk anytime.
True.
Always.
Janet from another planet, if you're listening, you're another person who has an open invitation to pop in anytime and talk with us.
Boobies will get you into anywhere.
Okay, he
Just
said
saying.
that, not us.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, update. I have canceled my plan with StreamYard. Yay, come on, everybody.
Yay.
Join me in solidarity. They tried their best to we can suspend, we can just put it on with your account on hold for 3 months if you want. You won't get billed, and then you can no. F as in F, U as in U. Goodbye, you mother. I mean, I still have an account with them, but my plan is now down to the free plan because, and again, I'm going to be searching for something else because even with the free plan, it still got a bad taste in my mouth. So it's like, StreamYards, you and Mark Hamill, fuck you. Just fuck you. Okay. In fact, why don't you just kind of sit together and start the 2-person circle jerk? Okay. Oh, no. We're not going to put this. Oh, no.
Yes,
wokeness.
You don't want to see my wand?
Running around trying to find trans and lesbians and Hogwarts. Yeah,
you were Sparta. Chris helped you a lot, but you figured things out for yourself on the game too, didn't you, Anonymous? I think so.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Yeah, he helped, and of course, I'm a gamer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he bought that game for you, if I remember, which was nice.
If you're a gamer, then why didn't you join us for STO? You could have jumped on a starship and joined us. Kick some ramen butt.
Have you played STO, Anonymous?
I have not. I have not.
Okay. Oh, he's not suffering from STO. He went to the doctor for that. Got topical cream and everything.
I mean, I got a prescription. Cleared it right up.
Yeah, Robbie Liddell was his prescription. Not a bad prescription, if I say so myself.
Yeah, that was my first game to stream, and it was fun. I liked the game a lot, minus the lesbian action. But
it should have been up for.
I thought that was
there wasn't any of that. You're thinking of
what
the other
bestiality?
Game. Yeah, what be? There's
well, there was a picture of the movie.
There was a picture, yes, but that's
the guy, doing the ox,
Huh?
Well, that's one of the
in Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that. Okay.
No, but really, that game, it's funny, that game should have been up against Beargate, but of course, as Baron would say, they were cowards, and I agree. So.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, as far as the awards, yeah.
Should have been up for Game of the Year. It made a lot of people happy, especially Harry Potter fans. One of the best Harry Potter games probably ever made.
Yeah, it was well done. I really enjoyed it. But, yeah. Thank you, Chris, for buying that for me. It was fun. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, that was nice of him to do.
It's a love fest.
I never wanted to be a game streamer, though. That's the thing. I just streamed it to make him watch it. So
Yeah, they're fun, man. They're fun to do, and then you can talk about other stuff while you're playing the game and goof off and whatever. So yeah.
Well, it's time for you to become a game streamer because that's where your bread and butter is. That's how you're going to afford your stream yards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gained. I think I gained -4 subs after that.
Wow.
What? Negative?
Oh man, freaking sub count on YouTube is a yo-yo for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
especially with the
constantly
new
going up and
rules.
down, and
Yeah, it's the new
Yeah.
rules, and so like if it was the old rules, it would be a better. And what was it? The 24 hours. Phil told me all about it. It's 24 hours when you put up a video, and then if you don't pay to continue to promote your video, then that's it. It's only around for 24 hours. It's featured, and then that's now. Other people said, "Oh, that's not true," and I'm like, yeah.
Well, I
Well,
don't know.
I don't believe
like
so.
I put up a short.
It says
I don't
in
know
the
how
rules,
shorts work.
Yeah,
I don't know how shorts work, but I put up a short last weekend, my first one, because I was trying to just be goofy, and it lasted about 2 days, and then it died. I got about 568 views.
See, this is how shorts work, Anima. See, you put those on first before you put your pants on. It helps keeps having stains in your pants, either brown or yellow. And then also, not only the fact if your pants drop down, at least you have the shorts on to make sure you're not embarrassed. That's how shorts work. Yeah.
I was doing it all wrong. I was like going Superman style, right?
I know.
That's all I've been taught.
Yeah.
And
He walks out of the house.
I wonder everybody looks at me weird.
Yes, a long suffering.
Hi, love. How you doing,
Mrs.
sweetheart? She's in
Tag.
the other room and she's
Hello,
watching.
Mrs. Tag.
She could walk right in here and sit in the den here on our lovely love seat that we have in here and listen to me. But then she'd only be hearing me, not you guys. So, and she hears me enough. Thank you.
Yeah, she does.
Tired of hearing your voice. She says.
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's
she likes
easy
cash.
always. That's right. The thing is that it's easy to complain about the sub count and this and that, but like I said, whatever platform you're on, just always do the best to put out the best entertaining stream as much as possible. You can't worry about subs. You can't worry about this. It's easy for us to always complain about things, about this stuff, but just try to put out the best content possible. I mean, look, I wanted your stream to get more views, your diet one. I was like, oh, I like this is interesting. Okay, I watched the whole dang thing, Anonymous.
Hey, wow.
I know.
Yes,
I
did
did.
you
out of
watch
his
his
first 5
Batman
seconds?
comic video? Did you watch his Batman comic video all the way through?
I have watched some of it. Yes,
That sounds like a no to me.
I've watched some of it. I haven't.
Well, that was when Cash was walking around going, "I'm Batman. I'm Batman." That's when he was watching.
That's what Baron was doing. I called up Baron. I'm like, Baron, what's going on? He's like, dude, I gotta fight crime in Minnesota.
Yeah, see,
I'm like, all right.
Well, yeah, except I go around, I'm Fat Man. I'm Fat Man. That's me.
Do you guys remember that reality show or whatever? Those people were going out and they were like, we're acting like real superheroes, and then like,
wasn't it on Sci-Fi Channel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
Stan Lee's Real Superheroes or something like that.
Yeah, Stan Lee's Real Superheroes. Yeah,
as we called it, Real Losers.
Because like the reality show he did was cool, Stan Lee. So.
Stupid heroes.
But yeah, the one that they were like, I'm a real hero and I'm going to put tin on, and I'm like, dude, you might want to carry an actual real gun there, man, if you're going to actually fight crime.
So what's your special powers? I make windows. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
And I do want to say hello to Dread Sparks 373, who says it's the same with me. I'm at least lucky I got over 100, currently sitting at 155 subs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Jet.
He also adds, and of course, the sure thing is also YouTube way of trying to compete with TikTok. Yeah, the shorts.
Yeah, that's why I never really did them, but it's like a impulse thing. I was like, ooh, this would make a good short.
I mean, I guess I see people can get over like 1K subs and stuff just talking about Star Wars, but it's Star Wars. I know they do shorts and they analyze everything from the prequel series to other things. I'm like, well, that's great, but I I think variety is a great way to go. I wouldn't want my channel to just be one topic. I'm sure you feel the same way, Anonymous.
Anonymous covers several different
exactly.
topics too on his
Yeah.
channel.
He does. Yeah,
I like variety too.
Yeah, man, it's good. Yeah. But I guess people will say always that it's harder to build your channel when it's variety, but do whatever makes you happy. So
yeah, it's
like heaven help us if we have variety.
Yeah, you can't come at this as like I'm gonna get 100,000 subs. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna be a YouTuber forever. Some people can do that. I mean, the very, very minority. They got the personality. They got good looks, maybe. I mean, some people don't have good looks, but they got a personality that people flock to.
Well, tell them to go back to the gym, Anonymous. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
really. Go to the gym. Jeez.
Go to the gym. Change your diet.
Not everybody's gonna get there, and I'm fine with that. It's a hobby.
Yep.
I do what Gary says. Treat it like a hobby, and you have fun with it. It's time consuming, and that's why I don't put out a bunch of videos, because it takes a lot of time for me to, the way I edit stuff and the way I make videos is just so it's slow going, but I have fun with it. I do enjoy it when I do it, and I hope I'm making somebody laugh while I do these reviews and stuff. And that's my best hope, I think.
Why do you keep on going to this guy by the name of Jim? I go to this place called a Gime, and they that's where I get my exercise. At this Gime.
And real quick, I want to say hello to everyone's favorite polar bear, Snorter Poopus Cubert. Hope you're doing well this morning.
Oh, we got to do it right. We have to do it right. SnorterPoopusCuber.com. Yeah, got to add that com.
SnorterPoopusCuber.
Yeah, and I told the one suffering, leave the basket here. I'll do it. Boo-hoo. Come on, let's do it. I love you. She's going to kill me.
No, real quick, Bear. Real quick. I saw that the lone suffering has to do laundry.
Yeah.
How come you haven't trained little girl, Mouse, and the dogs to do the laundry for you?
Have you trained a cat? Honestly, have you ever trained a cat?
No. Have you trained your cat to do some cool stuff though, Baron?
No.
Mouse?
No, that cat.
Mouse just comes over.
Cats. At least that
diversity is our strength.
Maybe not yours. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mouse is so dumb it took him years to figure out what his name was.
Well, you were confusing him.
Yeah.
Mouse,
what?
I'm a cat. What are you talking about? Where's the mouse?
Mouse, go get that fake toy and stuff. So yeah.
Little girl caught on fast, right, little girl? Oh, now you're just ignoring me. Okay, fine. Screw you too, you orange beast.
You're really creative with those things.
What, little girl? Well, no, the mouse is not my choice. That was my girls' choice. And they said, we want to call him Mouse. I said, well, if you're going to call him Mouse, it's going to be the German way. M-A-U-S, Mouse. So he's my little German cat.
I want to see a video of that kitty bear. That's
yeah, that'd be cool. And and of course, being that he got the German name, he started, marching around, has a little armband now. It's like I keep on telling him, settle down. You can get in trouble for that. Settle down.
You didn't make him
do a German accent.
Hail Hitler on camera, did you?
No.
Oh boy.
No. Do I
you
look like
probably get away with that here in America, but
yeah, I'm not Count Dankula. I'm not Dankula.
Yeah.
You think you can? And no, we're not safe here either, because we could do that too. And remember, England wants to extradite us. Remember, they want extradition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they want extradition.
They want to send. Yeah, they want to send.
I've said that recently. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they keep on forgetting we're not a colony, and really, I know it kind of gets me scared. Especially, I found out something. There is a mole amongst us, and that does report this stuff and is willing to sell us down the river. There is a composite sketch from someone who has witnessed it, and so if you've seen this individual, beware, YouTubers. He will sell you down the tube to the English. There's this one working over there in England, looking over your tweets, your YouTubes, or Well, this one, she could frisk me any day, that one, but that's I forget her.
Oof.
She's going to be right there. How about
Yeah.
in that one? And I don't know. Still trying to identify who that one is, and of course we can't forget the Mrs. Cash Money over there,
Absolutely
Mrs.
not.
Fashion. Yeah. So, like I said, be careful. Be careful. We do have that mole. So.
And also Barron gave a speech about the Acolyte recently, so
I did.
very sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
you're
sad
right.
he got canceled. Yeah.
But
No, it's
you're not just
heartbreaking.
over on YouTube, Anonymous. You're also over on Rumble, where you have uploaded some of your videos. And
Yeah, that 70 show is or the 90 show was where I started using Rumble. So, as you can tell.
Mhm.
Yeah, Rumble's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not a bad platform.
And I'm monetized on every one of those videos. Isn't that
I know,
crazy?
isn't it weird?
I don't make a dime of money, but I'm monetized.
Yeah.
I don't really know how that works either, but whatever.
I don't either. Again, we do this for fun. We're not crunching numbers. We're going, hey,
Well,
let's
it
have fun
just
and annoy
means
people.
when you hit a certain, 10 followers, you have to get something like that. I think.
I'm sorry.
Lucky you. I had to get to 25
I
followers before I could
Yeah.
stream anything.
They made it less for some reason. It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot. Not all of Cash is the one that crunches the money because, of course, he's Cash Monet.
He crunches all the numbers.
Yeah, everything's the money for him. It's like, what am I going to get out of this? How much am I going to get out of it?
Yeah.
What am I going to get paid? I mean, that's our Cash Monet.
Mm-hmm.
Cash, peso, crypto coin, whatever you want to
call it. No. I've never used crypto. That's why I always laugh when Steve says that. I've never used it. It's funny.
Oh my gosh. I have actually earned money on Rumble.
You
yeah,
did?
you
How much?
probably earned a little bit.
I'm just curious. How much do you make? Because obviously,
0.01.
Yeah, you've made
you mean a penny?
I made a penny.
Yeah, and that's why even when you're like doing a live stream, of course, you can, once you get to your target there, you can people can already send you money, so you don't have to get to a.
And I know,
and that's what it's shown for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not pulling any of that up.
Oh, you know what? I gotta renegotiate my contract with Mike because my contract for getting paid 2 pennies a month is just with the YouTube side. Seeing that now, I gotta renegotiate for Rumble.
You can see I'm not making a whole heck of a lot over there.
It's also funny to me that people are attacking other people because they're using Rumble or exclusive. Oh, what, are you afraid to use YouTube? It's like, no, maybe they're using both, or they don't want to use YouTube, or just use all the options that are available.
And this brings up my question to you, Anonymous. Would you rather keep all your eggs in one basket, stream only on YouTube, or would you like to, have your name on other platforms like Rumble, which you do, and Twitch or Kick?
No, I would, if I was a streamer, I would definitely have my eggs in different baskets, because even if YouTube hangs on for a long time, if you're streaming over on Rumble, you're getting in early, right? You don't want to just, YouTube just crap the bed and it's unusable now, so let's go to Rumble and you're starting fresh all over again. So it makes more sense to, like Pop Culture Mechanic said, to diversify your channel. So
well, yeah, because all these rules keep changing, and it's like, I want to. And if you just think you're going to build your channel on one thing, and you got in late in the game and whatever, and the rules change, then it's like, yeah, you got to branch out. And even these bigger streamers have said it's good to branch out.
Yeah, it's definitely it's smart. It's a smart move because you never know what the future holds, right?
Exactly.
You or Cash or Baron or Phil may hit it big one day, just start getting subscribers over and over again, get people watching your show. You never know.
You don't know,
Phil.
No. Well,
but so you don't know what the future holds, so it's best to start now just in case.
Because we know some people who stream on YouTube and X, Some who stream on YouTube, X, Kick, and Rumble, and Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't see. We'd be foolish if we didn't have all. I mean, even if we're casual ones, we'd be foolish if we didn't diversify out. Because, like anything else, YouTube could have something catastrophic happen to it, or do something that really torques us off, and we migrate somewhere else. Well, it's always good to have a foot in someplace. And
exactly.
I like to think of Rumble as complimenting us side by side instead of being like a backup or whatever. It's like, well, let's use it as an equal, and that way, if there's a shift that needs to be done, it's easier to do a full shift that way. And then what's the worst that can come out of it? More people watching us, even though it's a different platform. Oh my God! Please don't do that to me. I don't want people to notice me.
Rumble seems to want that. They've already made some statements that they want to make sure that this platform is more freedom of speech, and they want people to speak their minds. So they've told Russia to shove it. They've told some other people to shove it.
I've also noticed, just like with YouTube, Rumble will suppress certain creators. They'll highlight the same creators over and over again on their front page. And that's not good if you're trying to grow your platform.
No,
if you want other people to join your platform, highlight different creators each and every day, each and every hour.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, granted, that might be going off the algorithm that we put in there, but still, I want you to, exactly like you said, diversify it a little bit more, mix it up a little bit more. Like the little Yahtzee thing, and you shake it up and slam it down. There's a new word in there that you can use. It's like that's how you discover new people. That's why we're here to discover. Yeah, we want the ones that we like and be directed to people that obviously in our interest. But come on, throw in some interesting things. Show it to us, And
I think YouTube does that sometimes, right? So every once in a while, and it depends on what you watch. I think because I've been watching a lot of like guitar stuff, and sometimes they'll throw in some not learning guitar, not learning or song lessons or anything like that, but they'll like they threw in like what Pearl Jam sounds like to people who hate Pearl Jam videos. There's several of those kind of videos, and they're funny as crap, but I would have never known that was out there unless I was searching for it, but they threw it up in my timeline, and just because I was looking at guitar stuff, but it kind of relates to it, but it's not exactly what I was looking for. So, but they do that a little bit.
Yeah, because you never know. You could be doing a live stream one day and someone comes by and says, yeah, I saw one of your recommended videos by YouTube, so I saw you were live and wanted to come by. Yeah. And with that, you meet someone who gives you new interaction. You might get to know them as they come by more frequently. And of course, if they sub to your channel, that's even better because then, at some point they're going to be back. They're going to know that you're live or you've uploaded a video, and they may even spread the word about your channel to their friends.
Yeah, and they like you. That's what it should be. I mean, it should be the networking thing, but even that can be a problem and become drama, unfortunately. But I mean, it's one way you can build your channel on Twitch is you're networking with different people. I went to this channel. I went to this channel. Then we raid this channel. We go to this channel. We go this channel. And and it can be a great way to build your channel.
Oh yeah.
So
exactly.
And that is an important part of doing live streaming on these platforms is networking with people.
Yep. If you get to go to a convention, make business cards. It's like, oh, that's silly. No, it's not. It's another good way to network. Networking is definitely important.
And that leads to my next question for you, Anonymous. Have you been able to network with people you never thought you'd actually be communicating with before?
Are you talking to us?
Talking about you. Yeah, because I'm kind of a hermit. I got one friend in my entire life. The rest are friends / acquaintances. So we don't hang out. most people. So, but I'm, we're good. I'm good with like most people I work with, and but I don't like the one friend I do have, and it's usually how my life goes. It's something about me, I guess. It's not everybody else, but generally, I usually have one friend at any given moment, right? And the one I have now is one I've had since I was early 20s, so it's just the thing. But YouTube was especially for me is just a lot of people. I don't like to be in big crowds, it's just I feel like I need to shrink back, and it's not like I'm scared or nothing. It's just like there's too much going on here. I don't like it. I like this, a few people, and I'm cool as beans, So I never thought I'd be on a live stream. That didn't even compute for me. So I was just trying to make like some videos and talk to people in chat and maybe get into some of these smaller streams and talk to the people that are on the camera and stuff. And it took a lot for me I think I was on Brightest Days stream once. I think he was doing a 300 movie stream and or something, some other stream. He was talking about 300, and I got on there. That was my first time on the stream, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know how this works." I'm just nervous and stuff. But I've met a lot of really good people. I've seen some not so many not so good people, but it happens. I mean, everybody's different,
But honestly, though,
box of chocolates.
But the thing is, though, is you and all joking aside, you've kind of become kind of popular. People know who you are. I mean, you got that little mystique around you because of the late great Clobby with the Anono, and just like Arwen's saying that she can't think of your name without thinking the do. I mean, you already got your own. The moment they see you, hey, that's Anono. That's it. People love having you on when you can, and I agree with you. The smaller ones are so much better like this because it's more intimate. You're not fighting someone else all the time to try to say something, even when you are a guest. So, but I mean, you started off streaming. You didn't think of yourself as a streaming or YouTubing, but yet you have become kind of a, dare I say, fan favorite, or people out there know you, and doggone it, they like you. I mean, and it has to be with you. I mean, obviously, you get along with everybody. You get along with us. We all joke. You can take a joke. You can give a joke. You're everything that's a YouTuber's dream to have on for a show because you're engaging and people can see that, and it's the real you. I mean, we joke about the she-shits and the waving wands and stuff like that, the little mystique, but that's all part of the shtick. You run with it, and people love it.
Dude, I grew up just ripping each other apart. The friends I had in school, my brother, my cousins, we just ripped each other to shreds, joking around and stuff. And the only time we ever really fought was with, me and my brother was play fighting, and, one of us would do something to actually hurt him. Then it was on, so we never really was never mad. We could make fun of each other all day freaking long. And, it was all done out of friendship and love. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you learn how to rib somebody and just shred them a little bit and not make it sound like you're being mean. I've seen people come off and just they're joking, but you really can't tell. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know what you mean.
You have to have that personality when you're joking around like that with other people. It really helps when they can sense that you don't mean it. It's just fun natured.
Yeah, it's all in good fun, good natured fun. And folks, I've posted the link to the episode of Pop Talk where Anonymous joined us for the first time.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Yes.
Flashback.
Yes.
Usually what's happened when they look at that.
Like it's good because you as a guest, been on different shows and whatever, it's just funny when some people come on there and they just like, look, guys, don't you want to add something to the conversation? Hey, how's it going? And that's like it. And then they don't say anything else. It's like, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
So,
You got to have some opinions. You got to have some kind of
mhm,
insight on
yep,
stuff. I don't know everything, and I don't
No.
know the behind the scenes of everything. But
Nobody
what I
does,
do
bro.
know, I'll talk about. I
Mhm.
love having the back and forth. I love having somebody to play off of. This is why I don't stream, because I can't sit here and talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or even 30 minutes about stuff and just be sound coherent, and I need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
Mhm.
you need
me,
someone
but
to
I
bounce
agree.
the ideas off of. And
yeah.
Well, it's also weird too because like if you're doing streams and you were doing them by yourself and then you get on a panel and it's like the first time it's like am I supposed to talk here? Do I talk now? Do I wait? Like you're not sure. It's like, "Oh no, you can start talking." And you're like, "Oh, okay." Like it's just a weird feeling because you don't
Yeah.
know their rules of their channel and you're like,
Mhm.
I'm going to wait." Okay.
Yeah, and when you don't know the rules of the channel, you don't know how live streams work when you're first joining one, and you're quiet. You will have people, depending on the channel, ask you, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm just listening
Exactly.
to everybody else right now,
Mhm.
and
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, especially if you're in a channel with a bunch of people,
Yes.
I'm not ribbing. I'm not like being mean to anybody. But when you have a panel with more than 4 or 5, and you have like at least one, maybe two people who have that gift of gab, and they can't stop talking. Baron Ormantag.
Whoa, what?
What?
You want me to start
What?
talking? I'll start
But
talking over you. I can do that.
Well,
but yeah, but they clash, and it's constant talk over each other. And great for them
mhm.
that they can talk. I guarantee you put them on a live stream by themselves and they could go to town. And I envy that actually. But I can't do that. But when you got several people on a stream, and you got one or two of those guys, it's hard to get words in. So that when you have a big stream, Mike, and I'm on it, and a lot of times I'll just sit back and let everybody talk. I usually don't say much, so it's just hard to get
Well,
stuff in, and
that's
it's
mhm.
yeah, that
fine.
is something I've had to learn doing the
Mm.
live streams, especially on panels. Is the more people you have, the less time there is for someone else to get their point across.
Mhm. Yeah, and you just and when you're talking a lot or you're passionate about something or you want to vent, it's like no, you have to understand that there's other people on the panel, and and it's happened to both me and Baron. I remember one time I was on a stream and I get a message, of course, from Phil. It's like, does Baron get to talk on this stream? I says, I hope so.
When
Like,
do I ever get shot down? I mean, I usually, like me, ever be quiet on the stream? Heaven help us.
but I think it's also good to just sit back and just listen to people. That's why I always laugh sometime when Phil says something like, "Oh, did Cash fall asleep?" No, it's called listening because it's important. I,
Yeah, see, you let other people definitely let other people talk,
yes.
and uh, uh, it's hard. I know for some people it's hard to get out what they want to say. Their brains got so many words in their head, and it's hard to get it out their mouth. But fast enough. But sometimes, I mean, it depends on the subject or whatever. You just gotta let them talk.
Yes.
Y'all remember Zan Zoltan, right? He's still around here and there.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
yeah, yeah. I haven't
He's
talked to him
still
in a
around,
while.
and that was the thing too. Zan Zoltan was on that first stream that you joined, and I remember you distinctly saying, "I came on here not just because you were talking Deep Space Nine, but also to help save you from Zan Zoltan because he can go on and on." And
I know. Well, me and him would
He's a
stream
good
at
guy
night
though. He's a
sometimes.
good
Yeah,
guy.
he
he's a
is
really good guy. I love him.
he's a real good guy.
We would stream.
Yeah.
I would join his stream at some when he was doing it early on, and I would literally get like 5 words in the entire stream, and I was fine with that. I mean, I was new to it and everything, and I just let him talk and talk and talk. I was like, dude, you do you. I don't mind. You got a lot to say, so you just get it on out. And I remember one time we were in a members stream on Nerdrotics channel, and he talked for probably 5 minutes and stuff, and then he said, well, I got to go, I have to go do these websites. And it's like and Gary was talking about people with the gift of gab, and it's like, Zane, you could start, you can be on your own stream, you could just go to town, you can just have fun with it, and you have no trouble talking. And I just yeah, it's getting to shut up, that's the trick.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Just Sparks is
be there, but it was
saying, yeah. And Just Sparks is saying, I honestly do not know why he does this, but it's probably due to his condition. But Brandon always puts in the chat, what would you would it be like in a stream with 1,000 people? Now, I will say I've dealt with people with many different types of disabilities, physical and learning disabilities. And one thing I've learned is to have patience.
Yes. Yeah. Any new person who comes on there and, I know this has happened because people want to start drama or start this, but it's like, if you don't feel very welcome on the panel, not that people should just roll out the red carpet for you. It's like, it's the same with chat. It's like, I don't really want to be here. I just don't, I don't feel this right now. And so you're just like, so if they want you on the panel and then they want to act a certain way and you're like, this is not for me. It's like, I did it once, I don't want to do it again. So yeah, but
you gotta feel it.
Like I said, I mean, I won't mention names because, like I said, I don't air dirty laundry out on the air. But I mean, there's been times that I was invited to come on or whatever, and it's like, why am I even here? And I won't ever come back. If I ever get asked, and I never have been to those places, you won't see my ugly face no more. And it's not spite or anything. It's like, no, it was a bad experience. That's like what I was doing after dark. I'm selfless plugging here, but the reason why I'm doing is because I'm not doing it no more. But when I was doing that show, and you bring people in, you want to make them feel comfortable, and you want them to talk. It's all about them. And I know, like you were saying, Animos, I'm known for being a talker, but it changes when you become an interviewer. You got to change. You got to change that gear and realize it's not about you. It's about your guests, like you. This is about you, Animos. You've been on our show how many times? You've been our friend for however long. We bust each other's chops, but you know what? This is still about you. And as an interviewer, I do have one question I do have to ask. What streamer out there is it that you do not want to work with, and why is it Cash Money? That's a joke. That's a joke.
I thought it was Baron.
Well, let me tell you, there's this one guy called Cash Money.
There's this anonymous guy. I don't know about him. Just that picture.
Won't show his face to nobody.
Well, we know why. We know why.
Yeah. I look like Christopher Walken had angry sex with some ugly lady. I don't know.
Oh my God! He did you hear Barrett? He said he looks like Christopher Walken had angry sex with an angry person. Oh my!
If I looked like that, that camera would never be off. I'll tell you that right now. If I looked like that, that camera would never be off. You would be seeing that mug all the time.
Oh my gosh, that's just driving people away. Oh crap! Here comes T-Gap Steve.
Hey, it's Big Daddy T-Gap. That's right, Big Daddy T-Gap Steve.
He's here. Dun, dun, dun.
And T-Gap says what I was just thinking. He can't show his face, otherwise the bear is going to drag him on Maury.
Maury Povich.
Maury. Yeah.
This is your kid. You need to pay me reparations.
Yep. Anonymous, the real results are in. This is your child.
Yeah. You are the father.
Ah, crap. I don't have no monies. Oh man, yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
T-Gap came in and I done dropped everything out of my brain.
Yeah, always
Thanks,
happens.
T-Gap.
It always happens. Yeah.
Welcome to Pop Talk.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Look, I see Agent Smith joined us. Yes.
You're number one fan of Anonymous.
He is. Yeah. Agent Smith has joined us. Here we go again. Yeah.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
You film
Best thing about the third movie.
Inevitable.
Agent Smith. That was it. That's the best thing about the third movie. Everything else can just go away.
And Phil McCracken, Anonymous' number one groupie, says what we have here and being said is half truths. The special guest is the three knuckleheads. I beg to differ. The host should be Anonymous. Anonymous, don't join Team Epic Phil.
Well,
he loves you guys. You know that, right? He loves.
Oh, he looks for me all the time.
He loves.
I can't get away from Phil, dude. You can't get away from Phil. You can try to hide. He's like, "I'll find you." It's like, no.
I know. He's typing me a message on Discord right now.
You know it.
You're Anonymous.
Yeah. But yeah, at some point, Anonymous, we'll get back to Vermintide 2, and I know we did all that work offline, so we could learn a lot of stuff, which was very helpful.
Yeah, that was.
It was very helpful.
Are you gonna be our dwarf again?
I can be the dwarf. I'm leveled up, baby.
Yep.
And I promise I won't go Rambo on you.
We certainly learned that how important melee weapons are, not just running around with the. Yep.
I'll blow myself up for you, Baron.
Explosive.
And T-Gap Steve says, today
gosh.
Amari, I've had 5 other panelists from Pop Talk checked. You have to be the father. Ursa the Bear may finally have some luck in her search for which panelist is her baby daddy.
Maury Paul.
That would be Baron. That would be Baron. He's got the avatar.
I got the avatar.
Today I'm Maury.
Is that a hint?
Oh man.
Well, what
you
is
need to put a little white powder under the nose?
Oh, you got it. Oh, Cocaine Bear. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I
haven't watched that yet. I want to.
I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to see it. I don't know why I never. I have Cocaine Ewoks somewhere, and I got Cocaine Wookiee too.
Cocaine Ewoks.
You think I'm kidding? Somewhere I got that. I got that somewhere. But remember
Animals bringing their cocaine to the the Ewoks.
Yeah,
Ewoks, man. What's that white powder? Oh, shit.
How do you think the one? And of course,
cocaine.
And of course, when you come back to doing Vermintide 2 with us, here's a picture of the coach. Yeah, you know how the coach is.
That's nice.
The coach. Yeah, I mean that's the coach. Yeah. He thinks it's like this, but the coach is really like that. Yeah. But we know it's really that. He's snitching on us.
And this is what we're gonna do if we need to sacrifice Baron. So
you got it. I'm sorry. That picture when I first saw it looked like that guy from MythBusters. Well, it's how the hair is, the beard is, and the glasses. They almost there we go.
Wasn't that from the time Baron was SeaWorld?
He was like, ooh, forbidden donut, and the donuts are like, you're not eating us anymore, and then they got mad. So, he's like, no.
Gotta love this forbidden donuts.
One of the things I did want to talk about with you, Anonymous, was how the Phenomena song became Anonymous. It wasn't originated here on Pop Talk, but we did take it and run with it. How did that come about?
Freaking Clobby. He started it. Clobbering Time started it. Watching Saturday Night Star Trek. And of course, he was great to everybody. He acknowledged everybody in the chat whenever they came in. Him and Aaron Briggs. You know, so of course I'd be in a butthole in the chat and.
Oh, the hell you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did that wrong.
The hell you say?
That's right. I was just being me, by the way.
Yeah, no.
So acknowledge me, and I think I've been there before. I know I've been there before, but I don't remember what stream it was, how many times I've been there, you know. But he saw me in the chat and it's like, anonymous, 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 and I was like, oh, really? Seriously?
So then Anonymous joins Pop Talk one day, tells us about it, and then the gears of my head start turning, and that's how this clip came about. So I'm going to play it again.
Oh, no.
Because here's how I look at it now, Anonymous, with Clubby's passing back in July. Every time we play this, it's a tribute to him.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Yeah, when you pick your name, try to think ahead in the future because you never know what the unintended consequences are going to be.
Why do you think I got my name?
Yeah, how can we make fun of Baron? I'll come up with something. Don't worry about it.
My ideas are so barren, it's in my name. There, how's that? I have to do your work for you.
Baron Ormond Tagalo? I don't know.
Well, I was always Taggy. Okay.
TGAP Steve says, as with many things, Mike didn't start the thing, but he took it and ran with it. It's how we wound up with Baron and Crypto. Well, you know, I started Pop Talk, but I was looking for guys that were going to be reliable, guys who I can consider co-hosts where, you know, if something happened where I need to step away for a few days, they could run the show and I wouldn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, and one of these days you're going to find those guys.
I was just going to say, we're the placeholders until Arwen and Janet say yes and we get replaced.
Yeah. Bad talk.
And now TGAP's putting this idea in your head, Anonymous. You should demand a nickel each time it's played.
I should. I want my monies.
I want my money.
I'm copywriting that mess.
Bear on. Bear off.
Oh, that's bad.
Bear on. Bear off. Bear on. The Baron.
I like that.
Oh, TCAP. TCAP.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get that. You need to get that old commercial and then redo it.
Beard on, Baron on, Baron. Yeah, there we go. The Baron.
I don't think it works as well, but yeah, it's okay.
Beard on. Well, hey, maybe I'll shock everybody and actually shave. My wife, the long suffering, will not let me shave. I shaved once in shaved my. Usually, every 10 years, I shave my beard off, whether I needed to or not.
I'm sure you look younger, though, man.
Get all the
no, I look like a baby face. I shaved my beard off once, and she came and saw me, and she laughed. She laughed and laughed. I don't know how. She kept every time she looked at me, she started laughing. Then she said, "You will never do that again." So the beard has that.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I've had a beard
again. Just a spider, but
you got a better result out of her than I got out of my wife when I shaved my beard off. She started crying.
Well,
I'm not joking.
She was crying, but it was tears of laughter because she was laughing so hard. It's like, and then occasionally she'll sit back and tell me that she'll start going, "Oh, he looks good with the beard on." This guy, like, David Mitchell from, who's on Would I Lie to You? And she sees pictures of when he's younger without the beard. Well, he always looks good with beard. And the other guy over there, when the show started, he didn't have a beard. He looks good with a beard. He goes, and by the way, you're never going to shave your beard off. It just comes out of the blue like that. It's like, okay, whatever you say.
Yes, dear. Never shaving
he-
the beard.
Here.
T-Gap Steve says, I bet he looked like Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill scrotum?
Yeah, that more like that. Yeah, there we go. Well, see, I'm not bald. I don't have the balding like he does yet. So, give me the cigar, and I'll be sitting there and be like Winston Churchill, talk about the great Iron Curtain. Yeah.
And I do want to say hello to everybody's favorite penguin besides Punk Waddle. Low Spec Linux laptop, also known as Low Spec Linux Gaming, says she called him a sex machine. Actually, she said effing tool, but he knew what she meant.
Here we go. And by the way, 2 penguins enter, 1 penguin leaves. Penguin Dome!
Yep.
We don't need another penguin. We don't need a. Sorry, I'm sorry.
But is there anything you want to ask our guest, Cashmoney007?
Cass, what to ask?
Hit me with it, mama.
Hit him with your best shot.
Is the she shed really the best thing in the world, Anonymous? What's so great about it?
Included. It's nice, private. You can do a lot of things in there.
Do you call it something other than the she shed? Do you have a certain name for it?
It's called my shop.
Okay, that's good. I like that. And there's Phil simping for you, man. Are you happy Phil's your super fan, Anonymous? There's another question.
Man, it's kind of creepy sometimes, but
I'm sure
sometimes and some days it makes me feel good.
Hey, think about it. You'll become the king and legend of Pop Talk the way you're doing it here, and Phil can't complain.
That's right.
No, he can't.
He's already got a petition to get rid of the 3 of us.
Mm-hmm. And you run it, Phil.
He'll complain about He'll complain about games we play, but he never wants to join. It's quite funny.
And he has them too. He has
some of them.
That's right. Yeah.
But again, Anonymous has joined us.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Well, Phil likes to play with himself. Animos doesn't mind playing.
Wow, phrasing.
That's rough.
That wasn't intentional, was it? No.
Coming from you, yeah. I
don't want to imagine that. Don't be putting images in my head, Baron, please.
He's the one that started off. Who was the one that threw the scrotum thing? Oh, that's T-Gap. Never mind.
I ain't saying.
It's BETTER, no W there, Phil. Come on, man.
You're typing too fast, Phil. Slow down.
That's right. THAN, not THEN.
He's hanging out with his good friend Joe at the beach having some ice cream. That's why that happened there. He leaned over and goes, "How you spell it? What? Well, the thing there, the thing. You spell it like the thing there." I mean, talk about
they're having fun at the beach, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start singing "Sunny Days," sweeping up clouds away. No, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Baron, do you have a question you'd like to ask our esteemed guest?
Why do you put up with us? No, but but honestly, you do a lot of this stuff. What is the most fun you actually do have when you go out there? Because, like you said, you yourself don't necessarily stream. You did do, of course, the have done your shorts. You've done the some of the gaming, especially with Hogwarts Legacy. But you've been a guest on and co-host on so many other shows. What do you find the most fun out of all that? Really, I know you brought on it before, but I mean, a little bit more specific, I suppose.
I would say this is more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Either guesting on a show or I don't know if I like gaming that much because I'm just by myself. It's very. It takes a certain kind of person. It's very, I say lonely, but solo.
Would you ever do a gaming stream again, Anonymous? Or
oh yeah, well, I mean, with people, I love doing it with you. If I got people to laugh at and make fun of and talk while we're doing it, yeah, that was fun. I love doing the Vermintide and
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
especially when we started winning.
yeah. So that's a lot of fun. Hanging out with your friends, that's the best part. And doing it solo, it's like I don't like watching sports, right? I never really I never liked it.
Not
I did it back in the day, like in the 80s and stuff, and but I always loved playing sports because I got to play with my friends. I got competition, all that stuff. It was that was the fun part for me. So doing this with your friends, with other people, that's the cherry on top for me.
Well, what is your favorite sport to play?
I was always baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I played Little League when I was a kid. I didn't get to play it when I was old. I got fatter, as I got older. When I was in high school, I played football 1 year and I tried out for basketball and didn't make it. Tried out for baseball, didn't make it, because I was just too big, and slow and, I could hit and I could do free throws really well. Football was easy because you're the big guy, right?
Right.
So you're a guard, just guard the quarterback.
I stand here, me crush.
Yeah. But later on in life, it's I got to play church softball. We played that tournament every year for a long time. That was fun until I got too big to do that. But
the beer ball.
Yeah, and that's why I mean it's still going on today, but parents should definitely encourage their kids to. Some are doing it, but I think more need to instead of just because growing up, it's like, no, you're going to play basketball. You're going to try out for baseball. I don't want you sitting around the house. That's how my parents were. And especially the same for my brother that, we want you to play basketball. We want you to be part of the league, even if you're not that good. Play baseball, play soccer. So just to get
anything but soccer.
No, soccer's not bad.
You would say that.
It's not.
No,
it's not bad.
Soccer sucks. Okay.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Play real game.
I prefer a sport where people actually score.
Yeah. I mean,
so you want to play an all girls team? You have a chance of scoring that way. I guess.
The more the merrier.
Roller hockey. So.
Yeah, it's that's the thing about us, our older selves here than the kids nowadays. We had to go outside if you wanted to do anything. You wanted to have fun. You go outside and go to the park, go play a game, play freaking hot box between two trees, or play baseball. Get in. If you wanted to do anything, you had to go invent crap to do back then.
Right.
I mean. You had video games. You didn't have very many because you couldn't afford them.
Right. Red Rover. Remember that game, Red Rover? Did you ever play that one, Anonymous?
Dodgeball.
There was also a game where
red light, green light.
You're building a tree. I remember one church group. It's like, man, these people play some pretty violent games. We're building a tree, and then other people jump on the tree. It was like, what game is this? This is crazy.
Well,
Capture the Flag.
I can remember going out with friends and we would play tetherball, dodgeball and volleyball, and of course baseball and stuff like that. By the time we get home, we were exhausted and our parents were happy because we burned out all of our energy.
Right, well, they were, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. video game consoles back, well, especially with me growing up, I mean, you had Ataris and all that, but still, if you wanted to go out and play the really good games, well, you had to jump on your magic carpet called a bicycle. So to go play video games and sit around video games, you had to do exercise.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bike to this arcade. Okay, we're done with this arcade. Let's go to this arcade because this one has this game. And you hit like maybe 2 or 3 arcades because, well, they were within biking distance. Of course, you know, there was more than that, but it's like there's only so many hours in the day and before curfew. But that's just it. We're still out and about, and it wasn't even necessarily an arcade. Hey, you know, let's go to Godfather's. We can have a pizza, and they got this game, they got this, and they got this game. So even playing video games, we're getting exercise.
Yeah, true. Yeah. We would go to Walmart. We lived like a mile, maybe 2 miles away from Walmart. That's our arcade, was Walmart or the grocery store. The grocery store had Super Mario Brothers and Matt Mania. Oh, and man. If you go over to Walmart next door, they changed out, obviously, but they had the 10 choice game. You had WrestleMania, WWF, Final Lap video game, and one time they had Star Wars game. Oh, freaking love that game.
Which one?
The original,
the X-Wing one?
The Atari one?
Yeah, the Atari X-Wing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and real quick, I want to say hello to Pops, who says our 8th grade basketball team scrimmaged against the high school varsity girls team.
Yeah, that had to have been fun. I guarantee you. I remember this wasn't I don't know what this place was. We have in another county, it's a tech school, and for some reason I was in 7th grade football, and we had to have a game with them, and we thought, well, that's weird. It's a tech school, you know. And when they come out onto the field, every one of them had mustaches. We were in the 7th grade. And we had to play these guys. They destroyed us. I don't know how this game ever got set up, but it was laughable. I don't know whose idea was that. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, Phil is gonna keep yelling about the tomato sauce that they were using in the Godfather movies. So, yeah.
What is he talking about?
Phil's a nut. I told you he's Agent Smith.
Anonymous, don't comment on Cash Money and him hanging out with church group. He was spied for CCP.
Yeah, whatever you say, Agent Smith. Hey, how about the tomato sauce in the Godfather movie, man? That was awesome, right?
Yeah,
in a can.
I'm sure the communist China Communist Party is really needing a lot of info from the church group.
Seriously. Right.
But you know, that is another aspect of your life. You are religious, and you know, how has that helped you going through life?
Hard life all my life. Right, we're dirt poor. Didn't know God at all. Obviously, father was disabled, mother's terrible with money, rarely worked that much. You know, we were poor, and not that you know means anything as far as religious goes. I mean, we weren't religious at all, but you know, you grow up like that, you tend to have negative negative views on most things in life. You know, depression a little bit. I mean, wasn't like
Steven.
crippling or nothing, but hey man, but you find happiness where you can find it, right? And like I said, you're poor, you invent things to do, you know, that just to have fun. And you know, mom helped make it easier. She, you know, like we got to go to movies quite often, matinees, you know, cheapest thing we can get. So I watched a lot of movies. But you know, my life really didn't have any meaning to it until I found, well, Jesus found me, I guess. You don't really find God. God picks you but you just have to You have to want it, and you have walls. Everybody has walls up at that before that point. My journey into Christianhood was very strange, I guess, because I was working. I was interviewing for a job at a local restaurant to be a dishwasher, and this girl was over there. They were having a meeting or something, and one of the other employees, she caught my eye, fell in love. Not She was acting weird and stuff toward me, and then we was working together. We started hanging out. I mean, I was a big boy. I don't know what I was thinking, but we were hanging out all the time as friends. I was in the friend zone, as most of us are. Uh, but I ended up. She was going to church, the local church, and I started going because she asked me to go too, and I started hanging out with the youth group there, and I made friends with her brother, who is now my best friend. So, and he was younger than I was. But it took several months to wear me down, I guess. I had that wall up that, God doesn't love me. There ain't no way. I've done things in my life that, he can't forgive me for it. And I was relying on my own understanding of the situation. I never read the Bible, so what do I know? I'm just thinking with my own head, which didn't make any sense at all. And, finally one day it clicked in my head. God was working on me the entire time. I guarantee you, I've got stories, that don't make any sense, and doors opened and stuff like that. It just, my sister was going to church. She was trying to work on me. Everybody was, just little nuggets here and there, trying to just chip away at the wall. And one day it finally broke down, and I gave my heart to God, and I can't tell you how better my life has been since then. It's not been easy. Nobody goes into being a Christian and it will come out telling you my life's easier now because I'm a Christian. That's not the case, but I have the strength and the fortitude to push through problems in my life. It doesn't cripple me. It doesn't get me down. Um, I know that when things happen, it may happen for a reason. It may not. It's just, life gets in your face. God's not the guy pulling the strings. He's the guy that helps you get out of problems when you get into them. And he's not a puppet master. He doesn't control you. He doesn't control me. He doesn't control the guy that got drunk and run your mom off the road. I mean, that doesn't happen to me, but you know what I'm saying. Just bad things that happen in your life. But as far as being a Christian, it frees your mind. It frees your soul. It makes life better. It opens doors. God opens doors for you. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for him. Because he opened so many doors for me that I didn't even realize was possible. I'm not rich, obviously, and money doesn't matter. He probably I always wanted to be rich. I guarantee he probably thinks that or knows that I would probably not make a good rich guy. I don't know. Just, you never know what you're going to be like when you're comfortable like that. But yeah, it's just my life is so much better than what it was. And knowing what I know and knowing where I'm going is peaceful. Even though I get mad sometimes, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Getting mad, it's an emotion. God gave you emotions. It's what you choose to do with it is what breaks you or trips you, I guess. But yeah, it's better than it was by far.
Well, that's why people need some good values in their life. And I think, just like they could use hard work in their life, Anonymous, and I think they would be more understanding to things and stop being like, I deserve this. I deserve that. I deserve this. It's like, did you work for it? No. Then what the hell do you deserve? So,
right. God helps those who helps themselves. That's the way it goes. If you're not willing to do the work, why would he bother?
Exactly.
So yeah, and life is struggle. Get out there and do something. And I know things are hard. And I mean, this kind of goes into my latest video, but a lot of us are wore down physically and mentally by life and your diet. Diet plays a giant role in how far I've come down the road to being a giant turd on society. I know it's terrible, but
it's all the
my
brand.
wife just told my wife told me today that she told her mom yesterday. I was in the car, but she was having a conversation with her mom. She's disabled and everything. We kind of take care of her, and she was like, she told her, I don't know how long I'm going to have, I was going to have him left. I didn't know how long he was going to make it, because I was had all kinds of problems and it wasn't looking good. Genetics may play a role in it, because every time I turn around, somebody my age or in my age range just dropping dead, and for unknown reason, heart problems or this or that or the other. And I'm like, that could be, why isn't that me? Technically I should have diabetes. I should have heart disease. I'm surprised I haven't had a heart attack yet, but I haven't. So lucky me.
Well, that's the thing too. You think about your own family history as far as different ailments and different conditions. It's like my family has a history of high blood pressure, especially on my dad's side. So, as I get older and get to certain ages where my uncles passed away, my grandfather, he passed away at the age of 64, my dad passed away at the age of 59. I think to myself, as I, get closer to the age where my uncle passed away, it's like, am I going to make it? I can't help but have that on the back of my mind.
Yeah, it when you get older, that times we're drawing near, it weighs heavy on your brain for sure. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do about it. I just keeping on doing what I was doing, because I've tried everything in the world to reverse it, and it always draws me back in. Even if I mean, lose 10 pounds, lose 30 pounds, it just, I always felt like crap. Even if I was losing that weight, I still felt like crap. I was achy all over, my back hurt, all this stuff. And and then I would gain it back, because this, that, or the other, the addiction got me back in. I'm addicted to sugar, carbs. I'm not afraid to say that. And a lot of people are,
man. Yes.
Yeah. And everybody, and you look at the studies, freaking sugar does what to your brain, what cocaine does to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the tasty stuff. That's what gets you sucked in. It's like, oh, this stuff, tasty, yum, yum. And before you know it,
that's the most insidious part to it. It's not illegal, and it's cheap, and you don't have to go find a dealer for it. You can just run down to the store to get it.
Yeah.
It's just like anybody, including myself. I used to drink a lot of soda. I mean, a lot of soda. And then experiencing kidney stones, it told me, you got to cut back. And I have cut back. Yeah, I'll have a soda on occasion here and there, but I don't drink it nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah. I cut back on a lot of sweets. Like I still like chocolate here and there, but even like ice cream, I used to eat more when I was younger. I don't do that as much anymore. I think it's just good to cut certain things out of your diet, but I'm not going to cut meat out of my diet.
No, meat's what you want.
Yes.
As we get older, we do realize that the things that we loved, in our childhood, going into our 20s, as we get older, we can't have as much of it or any of it, because our body can't handle it anymore.
Well,
No.
you wore yourself down. That's the thing. It's like you can handle this stuff when you're a kid for the most part. And like I said, genetics play a part. Like there's people out there who eat this stuff and they get sick real fast. 20s, late 20s, early 30s, you know, they just couldn't tolerate it. But like me, I've been working on this for over 40 years, and because I've never changed my actual what I ate. I just ate less of it at certain times and you know, to lose weight, but I never changed what I was eating. And 40 years of 45, 49, 40, 50, whatever years of destroying your body with the junk, it will eventually catches up with you. It doesn't matter how old you are. One day it will catch up with you, and you will start feeling it, and it'll get exponentially worse, like it did for me.
You have too much.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I always told you the thing is it's moderation. You know, having that cola is not going to be bad. It's if you go overboard on it. Having that cake isn't going to be bad. Just don't sit down and eat the whole bloody thing in one setting and then go back for more the next day or whatever. You know, meat, vegetable, all this stuff that you put in for your diet is, you know, again, with moderation. And I think Stephen Ramsden there kind of said the one thing too. It has to do with your attitude as you. Oh, okay, you got. But you know,
I was just bringing up DJ's comment as well.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, and it comes to your mindset. Dennis Prager wrote a book about it. He's talked about it. You know, it's like happiness is a serious problem. It's not that fake happiness, but that, you know, it's the fact that you have to remind yourself that, you know, to strive to have that better outlook in life, it's a hard work. And to be quote unquote happy, I mean, it's such a generic word, but it's a lot more to it. That, you know, your wish is to make other people better, even if you're in the dumps for some reason. You don't want to have people dragged down. You have people out there that either for whatever reason they've given up because they don't think their outlook on life is so dour that there's no future for them, and they're willing to quote unquote fade away, or in the extreme cases unalive themselves, which is a bad thing. It's a mental illness. It's a mental thing. And then you got the other ones, which is a very serious, and I like to think as a mental disorder, that these people are miserable, and their goal in life to make people just as miserable as them, or if not worse. And for them, they get a kick out of it. They think that's what's making them happy. They get a kick out of it, and those are the ones that make things bad. But when you're striving for better, the better yourself, the better for other. You want other. You root someone on, even if they are doing better than you. And so, along with, like you're saying, the diet, it's also that mental outlook that you have to have. It's like, yeah, I might not be there, but someone else has, and you know, I'm going to celebrate with them, and maybe they'll invite me over and give me a good meal now and then, you know, and enjoy some of it.
Yeah, that's something you want. You want that camaraderie as you get to know somebody. And you know, real quick, I do want to say hello to Punk Waddle. It's good to see you,
Waddle. Good to see you.
Oh, no, we got them. They're together. They're together. Louis McLennox and Punk Waddle. But the Patriot film begin.
But yeah, also though, I know the mental aspect is very prevalent, and it can come from different forms, but also your diet can cause your depressions and your mental state to be off. It's obviously improved. Like they say now that the dementia is type 3 diabetes.
Oh, really?
That's yes. Dementia is basically caused by hyperinsulinemia or insulin resistance because of the too much carbs in your diet, too much sugar. And I'm not just talking just refined sugar, as in, you know, donuts and whatnot, but yeah, you got starchy foods, rice, potatoes, whole grain bread, stuff like that. All that stuff is I would say moderation, yes, but most people can't moderate. I couldn't moderate. There's no way I can moderate. And some people can. I'm saying that it's impossible, but most people can't. And I know people who can take or leave sugar. any sugary stuff. They're big on big on salty, greasy stuff, which seed oils are absolute poison. You don't need to be eating that stuff.
Right.
But all that stuff causes mental problems too. People have been cured off carnivore diet from schizophrenia. They've reversed depression, a lot of chronic mental problems that they've had have gone away because of, you eliminated the things that were causing it. It's not, beef doesn't heal you. It doesn't. It nourishes you while your body heals from not putting poison in your body.
And I just want to say to Punk Walter, yes, it has been a while, but I'm glad you had the time this afternoon to join us. It's always great to have you here, brother.
Yes.
Hey,
Good to see you, Punk Waddle. Good to see you on my side too, buddy. You're doing
And
well.
you're absolutely right too. When it comes around to it, it's like, yeah, to do moderation, but to be able to do it is another thing. I'm a big failure in that, and I'd say that not to be on a mountain beating my chest. I'm saying that, but I'm saying it because I'm the biggest failure of it.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I have to keep in my mind. Try to do things in moderation, and remind yourself. But am I going to be successful? Well, definitely not all the time. Like Paul said, chief of sinners though I be, I'm going to sit back and say chief of failures though I be, and I've failed many times. I still fail. I will fail. But at least
even I fail.
Yeah.
Like right now, I mean, the addiction is real, obviously, but this is the best diet I've ever been on in my life. It is the most sustainable, easiest diet in the world. Plus, not only does it, you don't have to count calories, you don't have to get an app and track all your macros and all that bull crap. Once you're into it, once you get fat, what they call fat adapted, where you just burning your own fat or burning the fat you eat, and you're not having carbs to deal with, and your body's not trying to convert carbs into energy somehow, and you're just burning fat, and then when you run out of fat you ate, your body just converts right over to burning your own fat. The addictions of the carbs and stuff, they go down to bare minimum. I've never had this feeling before. My cognitive ability and my brain fog lifted like somebody just took a blanket off my head. And now any cravings that I have for sugar is at a such low that I can absolutely deal with it. And sometimes, yes, I give in. Like, well, I'm a dirty carnivore. You put it that way. I'm not strict but that's what they call it. You have some a little more spices than just salt. I like my spices, and once a month, me and my wife will go have a cheat day for anything we feel like we want to eat. A couple months ago we had barbecue ribs and French fries. And then last week I'm a good cook, so I missed some of the stuff that I cooked. So I made not a big pot. I made one small pot of vegetable beef soup, and which I make really good soups. And as much as we enjoy eating that stuff, it makes us feel like crap now when we do. Like we ate a bowl of soup. I was so bloated. I hate feeling that now. I love the fact, although I'm still fat, I feel empty all the time. Not hungry, but just I feel like I'm skinny. I know I'm not, but I feel that way. And it's such a great feeling. And
your body's feeling better. You're feeling better.
Oh, I feel miles better, dude. You know how my back goes out all the time? Yeah, I'm laying in bed. It's been almost 6 months and not one time. Not once. I don't have any chronic pain in my back at all. I walk around all day. I sit on my desk. I walk a lot now. So I go outside and I walk about 1.5 miles to 2 miles a day at work. just to be doing something, get my metabolism going, get my blood flowing. I never could do that before. I was always too much in pain. My ankles hurt, my knees hurt, my back hurt. you name it. I'd run out of breath just going to the bathroom because everything was inflamed. And I don't have that problem anymore. It's not because I lost weight. I lost those problems within the first month or two, and where I was only 30 pounds down. Now I'm 75 pounds down.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I'm hoping to be down 100 by Thanksgiving. That's my goal.
Rocket Man. I'm not calling you a rocket man. I'm saying rock space it, man. Rocket it on.
Yeah.
But I think there's one thing also we have to, I think, remember is, each one of us is a little different. What does work for one doesn't necessarily work for another. And when you do find that right combination, go with it and just do the best you can with it. Because some people just naturally, their bodies can do things that our bodies don't do. It's like, well, how can they do that and be that way? Well, that's how their body works. Or the difference is some people can have cow's milk. They can't. They're lactose intolerant, but they can have goat milk, and they go that way. And we just have to remember that we can't force what works for us on somebody else, just like they can't force that on you because it won't work for you. And we need to encourage each other. Once you got that right combination and are able to do it, encourage it, even if it's not your way. And again, congratulations to you, Animals. And hey, my prayers to you. I'm Rocket Man. Keep on doing it. Do it.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Let us know. Yeah. Be with us forever, man. Don't ever go away. Be with us forever, man. Even if you waste away to a twig because your diet, we want to keep you around. Less of you is more.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man,
like you said, getting out there and walking a few miles a day, or even getting on a bike and riding your bike for a good distance.
Right.
It's
getting that exercise.
Anything.
But the thing is, I'm not exercising to lose weight. Or I'm not exercising to get better. I'm exercising. I'm getting better so I can exercise.
Good.
If that makes sense to you, it's like I wanted to exercise. I wanted to lift weights, but I hurt too much. I couldn't do it. So now that I'm not hurting, I can go out and work my rubber band, my giant rubber band that I bought, and lift my dumbbells and go out walking because it's possible again. And and it is an experiment. This is an experiment, but like just eating the proper foods, anybody can benefit from. Absolutely anybody can benefit from. But yes, you need to experiment. It's an experiment for everybody, every individual. I don't have a problem with, say, onions. I can eat onions from time to time, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't cause any kind of reaction. Or I can have these spices and it don't bug me. But if somebody ate pepper, it might mess them up. Like you said, if somebody we can have dairy on the carnivore diet, but generally try to not eat a bunch of it. But some people, it messes them up if they eat. If you're trying something and it messes you up, stop doing it immediately. And just figure out what your body's telling you. And that's the great experiment with the carnivore diet is you stick to the basics: beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And then you experiment a little bit with other things to see what bugs you. And I guarantee you will feel miles better if you just start off with that. And I haven't heard of anybody saying, "Oh, I tried carnivore for 90 days, even 30 days," and be like, "Yeah, I felt better, but I went back to work." I mean, most people who try this they stick with it forever because you feeling like this is far better than dying.
I think I can second that. I don't want to.
Well, like I said in the video, it's the quality of life. I didn't have a quality of life. I had zero quality in my life. I don't go on vacations. I don't even drive. I mean, my limit of driving was 40 miles, and I have to get out and walk and stretch because my back hurt. So I don't drive far distances. But I'm contemplating going on vacation next year. I'm going to get out in the deer woods this summer and shoot me a freaking deer. I have never done that. I couldn't stand up for a long time. We went to a retro arcade in a couple towns over, me and my sister and my brother-in-law and my wife and my kid. And normally if I'm standing up for more than 15 minutes, I have to sit down. I can't stand up and for any longer that my back is killing me. I got to sit down, stretch it out or whatever. I stood up the entire freaking night. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I stood up the entire night. Didn't have a problem.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm going to bring it up because, I kind of joke about it and all that. But even when you start taking a look at like world leaders and stuff like that, and there's a lot of rumors around this tub of lard there. Watching it's kind of funny. There's a guy that actually pirates in broadcasts from their North Korean broadcasts, or even watching it straight from the source, as well as like Airline News, which is South Korea and all that. And they talk about the health problems that this guy had, because basically while everyone's starving, he's out there doing everything wrong, eating, overeating, smoking, drinking, over smoking, and all that. And you see a picture of him sitting around his journal, and he's sitting there. He has to sit while everyone's around him standing because he can't stand. You can start seeing what the health problems are that he has, and it's like it's only noticeable for the fact that you can see while everyone's standing, but in this situation, but yet he's sitting when sitting's not necessarily needed. And it's like, well, why is he doing that? Well, because he can. It's not like his dad, where his dad could stand all the time, not like his grandfather. And it's like, yeah, I wonder how long this guy's got to live with us. I'm not going to say anything ill towards or anything like that on YouTube, but we can all know where the sentiment kind of goes to what we hope will happen to that guy. But then you look at his next generation, his daughter, and his daughter is going the same route. And it's like, this is not a good thing. At least his sister, who looks like an emaciated evil corpse, at least she's not overweight and can stand and move around. And it's like,
well, wait till she's in charge. She'll get the donuts instead of him.
I don't know. She can do it now, but I think there's just too much evil in that woman. There's just too much evil. But you can even see that with people around there. You have Putin. Again, we're talking about a guy that's not on our side, but he's going out there trying to show off how fit he is, riding bears, topless, shirtless, and all that. Trying to show his health. And then you got this guy who's a tub of lard. But it's like, okay, what's the differences? What's going on? And when you see it from the top on down, we need to try to do the better quality of life for ourselves. And even there. It's like what works for you the best, and try to stay on it the best, because doggone it, people like you, they want you around. You can't be that miserable of a person that we don't want you around. So especially when we're doing YouTube, if you're being invited to places, obviously people want you, so you want to stick around so you can enjoy being with people. How many YouTubers stand doing this stuff, right? When they're doing their videos, whether they're doing the stream, whether they're standing. People in radio now, they don't stand. They're standing in front of the microphones, not sitting. So it's like you have that mindset of what can we do to make us less sedentary in a sedentary type of environment, such as
even the three of us, Baron. We have our conversations backstage after the show, but there comes a point where one of the three of us will say, okay, I got to get up and start moving around.
Oh yeah, I mean that way with when I'm working with that guy 24/7 Fusion Media, who's out there blowing that shit up, and we get done, he goes, hey, listen, brother, I gotta get going here, I gotta get up, and I need to move around a little bit, I need to get the blood flowing. And it's like, yeah, I mean, and that's the signal. It's like, yeah, he says, Mike, not saying for him, just himself. It's like, Baron, I need you to get off your fat ass. I need you to go out and start walking around, man, because I love you, brother, and I don't want you to go, man. So, I mean, and it's like, and it's good to hear that when we deal with other people out there, or like Mike saying, we're behind the scenes saying it. It's like, okay, time to get up and start moving around. We've been sedentary too long, and that's for all of us streamers out there, all of us YouTubers and Rumblers and whoever it is. It's like, yeah, this is a great job, but one guy who can stay sedentary as long as he wants. That's Jace Fox. We don't care about him. No, we love you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I'll even admit there are times during the show I'll mute myself, get up out of my chair, and start moving around.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to.
I've done it on stream here. I've had to mute myself and get up and walk around because my back was killing me, and I'd stand up. I'd put my microphone as high as I could get it, and I'd sit there and stand because I couldn't sit down anymore.
I think a lot of Americans also, like, when they get up, they don't stretch either. And stretching is good too. So.
Oh man, like the other day, even the chair, you can do chair stretches. So you don't even need to get up to do stretches. Just do stretches while you're doing shows like this. I mean, I just stretched right now. But the other day, it's kind of amazing. I stretched and my back popped a good way. And it's like, and then I stretched a little bit and the same spot popped again. It's like, how often do I get a double popper? It's like, obviously, that part of my body really needed it if it did a double pop. And it's like, okay.
But it's also a thing as we're all getting older. We hear the first pop, and we're going, okay, everything good? Okay, everything's good. Then you hear that second pop, it's like, everything good? Okay, everything's good.
Like that Seinfeld episode, it's go time. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you, one of these days there'll be one of those pops, and down I go. It's like, I can't find it. I can't.
You think you're better than me?
You think I'm better. You think you're better than me, Cash. I know that, but
maybe
right now, Animos is better than all of us because he's our guest, and we love him. And it's totally heterosexual way, by the way.
I better be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it weird.
I only like bears.
Yeah. Why are you making this weird, Bear?
You're making it weird.
Well,
come on, dude.
That's my job because wait a minute, what did that take? Doggone you. Let's try this again. Come back to me, Animos. I miss you.
Oh boy, this has got you can all blame Baird for this.
Yes.
My heart hurts.
We can all blame ourselves and everything.
He's hoping to be in Beargate soon. I know. It's all good.
Beargate 4, baby. I got a call back. I got a call back for the auditions, man. That's why I can't shave. They say, can you get a little bit more hairy? We need you.
Well, pay attention to the intimacy coordinator on that film.
Yeah. Oh God, don't bring that.
And I do want to say real quick, I appreciate everybody who's watching us over on the YouTube side and the Rumble side. It means a lot to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. You guys are awesome. I love the chat. All these guys in the chat are just fantastic. I love them.
More importantly, we thank you for staying with us, not just tuning in, but it's like not doing it. Oh shit, where are they going and then tuning out? Thank you for staying with us.
They're all like, "Wait, where's this bear stuff going?" And it's like,
you don't want it to go too far.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it. Believe it.
But yeah, Punkwaddle here is saying doing puppet streams, sometimes you gotta have breaks. But sometimes I don't realize till the end I've been sitting in a more controlled position. Contorted, not controlled, Mike. Contorted. Read.
Got
it. I'm always criticizing myself.
Oh, don't worry, we do it too. To you.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll help you along.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
That's what friends are for, man.
And it's a good couple hours before I feel realigned. Yeah, especially the older we get, the longer it takes for our body to get realigned. It's like, I shouldn't have done that.
Well, especially puppeteers. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I never really did much work, but I mean, I even dealt with people who worked with the Muppets. One of the guys that was with did the Great Space Coaster. I got to know him. And got to go on the set for Once Upon a Tree, I think it was called, and just seeing the guys are still all walking around with their puppets and Muppets and seeing character, but just watch them get into some of these positions they have to do the shots, and it's how long do you stay in that position, and how do you stay alive? I mean,
how do you get out of that position and not feel the pain right away, or the next morning you're going, oh yeah, I'm paying for it from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And especially when you get puppeteers that start getting older. My hat's off to anyone who works with the felt and the cotton and all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, I'm sure.
I mean, it was great that we had Frank Oz come back for The Last Jedi. I'm not going to say much about The Last Jedi, but for Frank Oz to come back and at least voice Yoda, maybe not do the puppeteering, but came back and voiced him.
Sure got paid well, too.
He did.
I don't know. It's Disney.
No, I think they did him because remember Disney's got their hands in the Muppets as well as it's like, oh yeah, this is Frank Oz. He's been around long enough. He's not going to get screwed over. Plus, he went out there and said all sorts of good things about The Last Jedi, so they're gonna treat him well.
I didn't like. I know he was there for that, but man, some of the stuff Yoda did was just cringy.
No, I know.
All I'm saying is that if you've never watched the original stuff of Star Wars, but you love the sequels, go back and watch the original stuff.
Yeah. Well, and just for Stephen Robinson, the job I wanted to be? I wanted to be the midget at the end there doing the tail, and also the ones, and he was also one that was smoking and blowing the smoke through the pipe to make it look like Jabba the Hutt was smoking. That's the one I wanted to be. That would have been cool. Not only do I do the tail, but I'm the one that's smoking back here.
So one of the questions I want to ask you, Anonymous, is you've seen where pop culture has been, you've seen where it's currently going, and what are your thoughts on it?
It's dark days, dark days, man. I never thought it would. I mean, when you're riding high from the 80s and 90s, you never think.
Well, even the early 2000s, man, weren't bad.
Yeah. You're not thinking that you would never have imagined where it would go. You just think, oh, they're going to start. I mean, there's times you think, well, I'm running out of ideas, but you never knew how true that actually was, because not only did they run out of ideas and they ran out of talent because they probably drove them all away, but they did so much so that they're stealing or destroying, or pardon my French, but bastardizing all the great stuff from before. You never would have thought that to be. You couldn't see that coming, and it's a shame and a travesty to have to witness this in my lifetime. I would have been fine going through, the rest of my life enjoying really good movies and being satisfied and dying knowing that, I had a really good run, but, they're trying to ruin it at the end. They're trying to, I don't know.
Well,
hopefully it'll turn around before I die.
It probably will. As long as you also understand, and Alma said, not everything out there is bad. Remember, we found stuff like Young Sheldon. That was a surprise. I will even say that overall, it's still better than The Big Bang Theory. It's just that show is just really good, and about the family, how they handled the death scenes, everything about that show is just, if you're looking for a show about the family, and and then of course there was pop culture references, because Sheldon was a big fan of Star Trek and other things. I went to the comic book store.
Did you say Star Trek?
Star Trek.
He did say Star Trek.
I did. I like that.
I thought so.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny, but Star Trek. But yeah, it's just there's still some shows out there, but a lot of it has been unfortunately taken over by activists, and it's really a tragedy. Like, that's what's more important to them. And so anything now, video games, all this stuff, it's like you have to dig through the stuff to find what you want. Now, if that's what you want, that's fine, but it's there needs to be a better balance. So that's why, Netflix, for example, they're going in this. It's like, but are you guys really selling to your fan base? I know, like, I don't want to be upset with somebody if they like the new Doctor Who or they like the new Star Wars or anything, but I will say, Anonymous, it's like, but how does this make logical sense to what the show should always be? Now, I'm sure other people will say, oh, well, it's got to be this way, but it's like, no, it made a lot of fans happy, so that's the direction you should go in. You can't make everybody happy, but you should
No.
do the best to make enough people happy.
Well, people who watch these shows and movies, they get invested in the story, in the lore. I mean, you have to have a decent franchise to have a lore, I think. But as far as the story itself, and people get invested in, and it's something that turns them on, and it stays with them. Like, you can watch a movie 30 years ago, and you can remember, like 50 freaking quotes out of it, and watch it over and over and over again because it was so good. And then you come back and make a remake that's just a pale comparison of what the original was. And I mean, you turn all the people who love that off. Why would you want to do that?
And when people say, "Oh, you got to see this remake. So you got to watch this remake. It's pretty good." It's like,
is it as good as the original?
Why though? That's what I always ask. I know some people, of course, we know him on the panel. It's like, it's nothing against him, but Crit has told me at least a few times, and there was somebody else that I know, hey, you got to check out the Roadhouse, the remake. And I'm like, why? Why do I want to watch that? Can't I just watch the original?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, no, you got to see the new one.
And that's fine.
The original one existed.
Right. If they want to watch that, it's fine. But yeah, right. Look, Crit told me the same thing about Clash of the Titans, like the remake. And I'm like, Crit, I just can't push myself to watch that, man. He says, oh, but you got to watch the sequel to that because it feels more like Clash of the Titans. And I'm like, but Crit, and it's nothing against Crit. It isn't. It's just, I just feel with certain things, like, why should I put my time into that? Like True Grit surprised me, but the Coen brothers care about their craft, and they always have. And they've had some bombs, sure, other directors and producers and whatever, but
except
Grit, right? But it's just it's just like the thing, like titty wada titties, as I always like to call him. I just like to call him that. But I enjoyed what he did with Ragnarok, and I enjoyed Jojo Rabbit. But that doesn't mean where he's going now and how goofy Marvel has become. For me personally, not for other people, but for me personally, I don't like that direction. I don't like where I'm watching something and it's called Moon Knight, for example, and it turns into something else. It becomes a bait and switch, and I'm like, I don't like that. Some people don't care, but I don't like that stuff.
Well, the agenda is very prevalent in these things. You can see them, just candy coated shell of woke agenda, and it's not palatable at all. And when you come at making something like that with that sort of mentality, or that sort of agenda, you're going to taint the entire thing and turn people off. It's just, I don't understand how they can't understand it by now.
And Steven Ransom, he's bringing up Alien Romulus.
I still need to watch that.
Is just a Y event, and I can totally agree with him on that, because I was enjoying the movie until halfway through, and then I started noticing things from Aliens 3, and Aliens Resurrection, more specifically, those two movies. I'm going, no, don't do a copy and paste.
Right. I mean, again, like Fury Road for me, I consider that a copy, basically a bait and switch. It's like, this isn't a Mad Max film. This is a Furiosa.
I haven't watched that yet. Furiosa, I did watch.
I mean, it does. I mean, the Fury Road has this, it's watchable, but for me, was not, did not hold true because of the bait and switch. I mean, and of course, like we said, most of the stuff that Disney is putting out there, they call the show this, but it's become, it's really this. So forget that we called it, Boba Fett or Obi-Wan. We're not; those aren't our focus. We're going to focus on something else. But we baited you in to watch it because of that. You shouldn't have to do that. And when I go to see something, I just be at least somewhat honest what I'm going to be seeing, and we'll get along just fine. I mean, I haven't seen the Furiosa film itself, but at least you're being honest about Furiosa this time. That she is the focus of this movie.
And the whole thing is, like, I don't want us to ever fall into any kind of trap and say, "Oh, you're an idiot because you like this," or "You're an idiot because you like this. What's wrong with you?" And people do that too. On the other side, it's like, well, that doesn't help the situation. What we should ask the question is, why do you like this? And if they said, "Oh, I just like this," and it's like, I wish you could give a better answer than that. Why do we need these remakes? Why do we need these remasters? Yeah.
The only time I really call anybody an idiot for liking something is if they're going for Barricade 3, and the specific reason why they're doing it is because they want to have the bear sex. Okay, now I will attack you because that's
a hard pill to swallow, Bear.
That's the thing about.
I just want to bring up what Punkwaddle is saying here real quick. The J.J. Abrams taking over Star Wars and Star Trek. It was self-admitted fanboying all over the sets, and it really solidified the tone of fan fiction becoming canon. He also adds, Feige saying they don't need the comic books yet are still pushing all the failed stories from recent comics. Yeah, they don't know what they want to do with these properties half the time.
Yeah. We're doing a comic book film, but we don't want to have the comics. Well, then you just defeat the purpose of doing that back and forth. And what you're, but one of the sad things, though, Punkwaddle, on that first one is J.J. Abrams, or Jar Jar Abrams, as I'm going to keep on calling him. He never liked Star Trek. He was not a Star Trek fan. So what did he do? He Star Wars Star Trek. And then the only thing he could comprehend was Star Trek 2. So, when he's doing it, all he could be doing references to and doing a carbon copy of, doing of with the second one is Star Trek 2. It's like, we've already seen it, and that's far better. I'll hang with Nick Myers. Thank you kindly.
Yes, and you're Ron. Good to see you, brother. You're Ron.
No, I'm right. Oh, you're wrong, sir. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry.
As a very poignant quote here, evil cannot create, only destroy what has been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I take one step even further. Not just evil, but chaos. They're turning things chaotic. They're turning it into chaos. They're turning into their chaos dreams. But chaos never destroys. Chaos is entropy. It's destruction. You need to have order to make creation, to make something, because it's got to, this. If you throw in the chaos, you bring in the evil, whatever you want to call it, all it's going to do is just rip apart what you're making. And it's good for elements of the story, but not the whole story.
Well, it's just,
and that they and that proves the point that they have to keep reshooting these movies in order to get something that they can put out. That's chaos. If you can't get it right the first time and you have to completely reshoot the movie because it sucks so bad,
well,
there.
Look at what happened. It still bothers me because Agent Carter is a great character. She doesn't, we don't even need to know that she's a strong woman. We know she's a strong woman. But what they do, they turned her into Captain Carter. I'm like, look, I accepted that because it's a what if situation. But I'm not accepting it that this now has to be canon. It's ridiculous. No, Agent Carter was fine. We didn't need to ever change her into Captain Carter. That never needed to be a thing. Just a what if, fine. But not actually turn it into that. It still bothers me. We have this great character, Agent Carter. She's feisty. She's all these different things, not just one-dimensional. Her show was interesting. Why don't we build on that? You guys, a lot of the media and the studios, they want to talk about how we want these strong female characters. That was an awesome character. So let's build on things like that. Xena, let's build on things like that. But it's weird when they're like, oh, well, this character now has to look more mannish in a game. Like, I wish these weren't a thing, but they've started becoming a thing, and it's weird. What are we doing? Like, the female character can be feminine while still being a badass. I feel like they're doing some damage also to Lara Croft, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yep.
Let's not do this.
Well, they're doing everything to the women that we love in pop culture, because we do love them. We know they're around. We're being told lies that don't believe your lying eyes, that these didn't exist. It's like, no, we did it. Well, that's because you're just a bunch of horny men. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm a horny man, but still, there's got to be something more than looks for us to love a character.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
they make.
Go ahead.
They make they're making these characters on an ideology of what, or not an ideology, but an idea of what they want, what they always wanted them to be, not what they actually are. So they have this inflated idea, an idea of the superior woman that's better than a man, and they can't get away from that. They have to, they're stuck. They're like, a car with 4 gears, but it's stuck in gear 4, and they can't, and that's the speed they have to go. They can't slow down and be like, oh, maybe we're not, shouldn't, have her beating up 300-pound muscular guys when she's like 90 pounds. That doesn't really make any sense. Reality went out the window a long freaking time ago when it comes to them idealizing these characters.
And that was part of the criticism, among other things, that Discovery would get. You had a character like Michael Burnham going against these big guys and knocking them out. It's like, no, you look at Sonequa Martin Green and the guys that she's going against, and there's no realistic way she'd be able to handle it.
Right. Well, I mean, we don't even need something like Matlock back. It's nothing against Kathy Bates. It's just there's no point to this. It's just recycling more stuff, but this time with a woman. Just watch the original Matlock. It's good enough. It's nothing because we want to do a series now this time with a woman leading this. It's just there's no reason to have Matlock. There just isn't. There wasn't any reason to have some of these shows that come back. Just follow the path that Hawaii Five-0 did, because they added stuff to the show instead of Magnum PI coming back and making Higgins a woman, and then Magnum and Higgins get together. I will never.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
And Stephen Ransom has a point here too with Beetlejuice. It is doing well at the box office, and I don't know if you've had a chance to see it yet, Anonymous. And if you have, actually. Okay, give us your thoughts on it.
Michael Keaton, best part of the movie. But he's a good actor. He got right back into that role like he just come off the set of Beetlejuice 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
The movie was a 6.5 for me as far as story goes. And
so the same for Mike around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it? No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was too much going on. Confirmed. It's just everybody had a side story, which was just incoherent and well, it wasn't really incoherent, but it was just too much. It was a mess.
Too much going on at once.
Yeah, too much going on. Everybody didn't need a side story. That didn't make any sense. It was just unnecessary, and it kind of took away from the main story. They could have focused way more on the main plot and made it better. Some people didn't need to have as much screen time as others, and some people needed to learn their character again. You catch my drift.
Yep.
But overall I was fine. I mean it's not an F for me as far as grade, but it was
you were hoping it was going to be better.
I was hoping it was going to be better. I did like Michael Keaton. That he was the star of the show, obviously. And
did you like Ortega?
Helped out.
Did
she's
you like
fine,
her
but
character?
it was Bryant.
Okay.
She's a good actress. I like her.
Honestly,
I
I
thought
thought
her
she
character
was
was
part of
bland.
one of the weak points of the movie.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're pissing off Chase right now. We're going to hear it.
Nice.
All of you are playing with fire with that one.
He's throwing his dirty underwear at the screen right now.
Hey, news for you: he doesn't wear underwear, just like you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
And I don't know if you
But-
did it this way too on Anonymous. I mean, the movie, it's good. It's not that kind of good where you're gonna praise it to high heavens like the first one. It'll never match the first one,
No.
but you can watch it and you can enjoy it for what it is. But it could have been so much better.
Yeah, I'm disappointed as far as the potential because you had Tim Burton, you had most of the cast other than the pedo. He didn't come back. And you had the potential to make this like really good. At least, I mean, if it could have got within 10%, 20% of the first one, I would have been a happy gamer. But it didn't. It failed on several markers and probably took it like well, if you're going to go by score or percentage, it's probably 60 to 65%.
And that's how I felt about it when I got out of the theater. I recorded my video. I just felt it was missing some of the key elements that the original movie had.
Yep. And they pushed quite a few member berries in this too. I didn't like the end. Monica Bellucci's character, his wife, that whole story plot there ended kind of uneventfully.
Yeah, I mean, for as much hype as they were giving it, saying that she was in it, she really wasn't in it that long.
No, and I thought I was looking for more of a grander ending, but it just kind of wasn't, and it kind of ended like the first movie did. I don't know, it's kind of ripped off the first movie. It's like, can you come up with something a little bit better than this, please? I mean, come on.
So, well, it still sounds like this movie's going to make a pretty good profit. So.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I think people are like, it wasn't a woke movie. So I think that's going to make money.
I didn't catch any woke points in it at all.
Oh, there was some jabs at it. I did remember that. Beetlejuice was made a couple.
Oh, he's very politically.
He made some comments, and
that's awesome.
But I'm not going to tell people don't go see it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'm just going to say, kind of keep your expectations in the middle, and if it exceeds your expectations, awesome.
Yeah, more power to you. I will own it on Blu-ray because it's part of the collection and it's not just a god awful movie. So, but as far as replay value, it doesn't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? I may watch it. I'll probably watch it again eventually, but it's not like I've seen Beetlejuice probably 50, 60 times, but this one maybe get another 2 watches out of my life.
Good. Yeah, the first one's a very good film, very enjoyable.
Steven says, I hope Ortega survives this period of her career. She seems, competent.
Yeah,
she does.
Competent. Yeah, no, there's some things that, she's got with Hollywood. There you go. But other times it's like, okay, you know what? You make sense. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Wednesday, second season, maybe.
I've never gotten into that show. Of course, I don't have Netflix, but yeah.
Well, I watched it and I didn't. I mean, there was stuff in it that I did not like for sure, but I liked her.
Well, she wants things to follow more the source material, and that's upsetting people. Well, good. I mean, this stuff should follow the source material to an extent.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I want to watch season 2 is because she doesn't want to get into that stupid relationship crap in the next one. No. She doesn't want all that. She just wants to, have weird, spooky, scenarios and stuff to to do, and which that intrigues me. Now I think she could be a little better at Wednesday. There's some the way she played her was a little bit deadpan too much, maybe, because even Christina Ricci, when you go back and watch Addams Family, she played Wednesday like super awesome. She wasn't just blank face, deadpan all the time. She had a little inflection, and she had a little easier way to like bring out a little comedy, in how she says things. And I don't think Jenna Ortega really captured that great. I mean, she's good, but she just wasn't Christina Ricci good.
Yeah, that was a good movie, Addams Family.
Yeah.
Good film.
Yeah, after I watched this, it's a series. I went back and watched the movie, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is Addams Family right here."
I just got a DM from Jace. He says he threw us all of us.
Oh well. He's cutting himself right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, he's preparing a nasty letter for each and every one of us, especially me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I hear Wednesday's a good show. I've just never. I might look into it sometime. I'm glad. It would be cool to work with somebody like Tim Burton. I don't enjoy everything he did. I would look at him and said, "What the hell were you thinking with that Alice film?" But there's a lot of problems with that movie. But
I think he tried.
He tried. I want the Clive. What's the one who did the Alice game? I can't think of his name. Clive Barker.
Clive Barker.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I wanted more of that, where you have Alice, and then the house burns down, then she has to go to mental institution, then she goes to Wonderland, and I wanted something more like that dark, but. Yeah, I mean, Burton tried. It's just there's just a lot of things that didn't work. I'm like, I don't know about this movie.
Yeah. I don't think I ever even watched the second one.
I guess there was a second one.
It's like there was a second one. What the crap?
That's right. I guess there was. I forgot about that. Oh boy.
And speaking of Beetlejuice earlier, I do see that the box office numbers are in. And it did retain the number one spot.
Oh, it did. Okay. One thing I'm going to be very interested to see is Deadpool Wolverine actually going to beat Barbie at the box office? I think they have to get to like 1.466 or something billion. So they're close, but yeah.
Let's see if there's something there for Deadpool and Wolverine. And as I've said before, I don't think that Deadpool and Wolverine is going to bring back the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One film does not do it. It closed off the Fox chapter of things, but
yeah, I think it's more of Ryan Reynolds, and I'm really hoping that after all the success of Inside Out 2, because Disney went back to a lot of the basics, or Pixar did. I feel like this is the direction they should go. Like, I don't really believe we need a Toy Story 5. It might be good, but it's still like it's unnecessary. Probably 4 was unnecessary too. I like that movie, but they could have probably stopped at 3. Incredibles, they're going to do a third one. Brad Bird's back. That's cool, but we'll see how it goes. I did like 2 a lot. Yeah. Not as much as one.
Inside Out. Inside Out 2, they went back and took out the woke crap.
Yeah, I know. Yep. They that's why I said they went back to basics, man. They went back
my sister wanted to see that, so I went with her to see it, and it was a good movie. I'm not going to say it wasn't.
It's an enjoyable film. It really is.
I guarantee you, if they would have left that stuff in there, they would have word of mouth would have got it around, and parents wouldn't have took their kids. People wouldn't have went to go watch as much, so they would not have crossed that $1 billion mark.
Pixar needs to tell Disney, look, you lost us once, shut the hell up, let us do what we want, and move on. and don't let us be influenced, because even Elemental, it was Elemental. That was only considered disappointing, but of course, Lightyear was just an absolute disaster.
Mm-hmm.
The movie's bad. Oh, the movie's bad, and it's not even like what they would call the woke stuff in there. It's everything else. The plot, the crew. They weren't fun and quirky like the original crew in the animated series with Lightyear. So, yeah. I always tell people never watch that movie. Just don't. Don't waste your
time. No plans to.
It's bad. It's bad. Worst Pixar movie that I've ever watched, though I heard The Last Dinosaur is really bad, but I've never watched that one.
Well, there's a question I want to ask you.
I think that's what it's called.
I want to ask you this question, Anonymous, and that question is: do you have any guilty pleasures? Movies that you like to watch and other people shun?
I was going to say, come in on our show as one.
Yeah. I tell everybody I go to that Pacific414 show, and man, I get made fun of so bad. I have guilty pleasures, but coming up with them off the top of my head is kind of hard. I've never been good with that.
I'm sorry, Anonymous. It's The Good Dinosaur. I just checked
The
that.
Good Dinosaur.
Oh, The Good.
I watched that once, and I don't remember too much about it. Let me do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through my list of movies. Well, I could say Big Bang's a guilty pleasure because everybody wants to shame me for liking Big Bang. But
there's things to like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hey, we have to step back and say Big Bang did give us the one great thing. Carrie Fisher and James Earl Jones finally meeting for the first time.
I still love that episode where Will Wheaton is fighting Sheldon and they're doing that card game and it's like magic.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Wheaton. Yeah.
Will Wheaton. Yeah.
Cool Whip.
That's not how you say it.
Suppose you like Star Wars. I like Star Wars too.
Yeah. I like Star Wars too. Yeah. It's
gonna
not
miss
funny
James
anymore, James. Yes, it is.
That was like
what a sense of humor.
Yep.
You're thinking hard.
Well, I'm looking through my list of movies that I got. I'm trying to think of something that I just love to watch, but I don't know, maybe got a bad rap or something. But it's just I'm a very good judge of movies.
I can try to help you out because you actually stopped by one of my streams when I mentioned it, Lost in Space.
Oh yeah, that's right. I liked Lost in Space. I even liked the TV show, even though they gender swapped Dr. Smith. But the quality of the show was good. The acting was good. The story. I kind of look at it. I mean, I have to look at it as a alternate reality sort of situation, I guess, because I love growing up, or I grew up loving the freaking TV show. I tried to get it and watch it as much as I could, but like even the movie was off from the TV show, but
it was still good in my opinion. It was.
It's just like even the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, they got some things right, and that would be still a better direction than what's going on with a lot of this stuff now. It was at least somewhat decent. Lost in Space movie I thought was pretty good. I remember seeing that in the theater.
I saw it on Mimi Rogers. Oh,
what? Oh, yeah. I like decent science fiction, like monster. Well, I like monster movies. I love Underworld, most of them.
The first one's the best, man.
Yeah. I was always a monster movie guy. Universal monster guys. Vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein, all that stuff was really something that
very
spoke to
cool
me, you know.
stuff. Mhm.
So I generally, if there's a werewolf movie, I've watched it. You know, I love Dog Soldiers. That was really low budget, but it was fantastic. I was always been a B movie, low budget guy when we were in my teens and stuff. Me and my buddy would get together, get a 6-pack of beer and a pizza a piece, and sit there and watch rent B movies and stuff, and
Well, what
watch
about
those when they came out.
What about something like Coyote Ugly? I'm sure that's a guilty pleasure for a lot of guys, since there's a lot of attractive women in there.
I've never seen that one. Actually, I've never
that
seen
was
that.
not for me.
Yeah, I understand.
Did it have spaceships in it?
It didn't,
No.
man. No spaceships, bro. No. What
how
about
about Battleship or Battle Lost?
I
Battle Los Angeles?
I couldn't watch that. Battleship.
I liked it.
Or
I always liked like the Transer movies and stuff like that.
Transers, yes. Full Moon movies. We watched all of those.
Yeah, the Full Moon. Oh, yeah, they did a great job.
Yep.
And of course, Cynthia Rothrock, you know, doing her kung fu movies out there. It's like you can make those moves on me anytime, Cynthia. Anytime.
How about Van Damme movies? That's a guilty pleasure. I don't know. That may not be a guilty pleasure. A lot of people like Van Damme.
Yeah, I've enjoyed some of those movies. Yeah,
I was not really a big fan of Van Damme, but yeah, there were some fun ones like what was it, Time Cop or whatever we did. Yeah, Bloodsport.
Yeah, that was the height of his career. But yeah, we watched started out watching Bloodsport and what was that one? Dang it, where he was like in the pit fight, or he was a fighter. They were betting on him, and they go into these like car garages and have fights and stuff with a crowd. And I can't remember the name of that one. No,
wasn't he in, like,
there's several of them. Huh?
Wasn't he in like Cyborg? Wasn't?
Yeah, Cyborg was awesome. Yeah. Oh dang, that's a quintessential representation of the movies that we loved, like this low budget B. It was absolutely a B movie, but it was low budget sci-fi movie. It was dystopian, which I don't really care for anymore nowadays, because most of the time it's just nihilistic horse crap.
Yeah.
But even back then, when they had a dystopian future kind of storyline, it was still hopeful. He was trying to get this lady who was a cyborg, spoiler alert, to her destination so she can help save. She had some information that could help, like I think it was help save the people of the planet or whatever. I can't remember, but it had hope, and
right.
That's a big draw, and for a B movie, that was great.
What was that one I think I watched with Crit and Phil? I think it was called Robo Jocks or something.
Oh yeah, Robo Jocks. Gary Graham. That was a great one.
that was pretty good. I was like, all right, this movie's pretty good. It's got it's definitely the fight scenes were pretty good, and I would say that's more of like a B movie, I guess.
Oh, it's totally B movie. It's another Full Moon movie.
Yeah.
Go look up all the Full Moon movies, man. They're low budget, but they're great.
Right, yeah, that's just it. I mean, they were still good films. The only thing that they were suffering from is they didn't have the huge budgets and such like that, which probably helped out because they focused more on the story.
Yeah, and they had creative and
and they even got some actors in there that were very capable. Tim Thomerson, Gary Graham, right down the line with some of these people. It's like, wow, that's what made it. I'd rather we watch this than one of the big blockbusters, because there is really heart and soul into these as much as fun. You didn't walk away feeling like you were cheated an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Golden Child was awesome.
Freaking that was a silly one. Yeah,
I love that Asian guy, dude.
I think I've watched Ice Pirates.
Ice Pirates.
Space Herbies.
Yes, Space Herbies.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen. I haven't seen it since.
I haven't seen the Ice Pirates, and if I haven't been so long, I've forgotten about it.
Yeah,
dude, go watch
Robert Ulrich in there, Ron Perlman,
Just forget about Ron Perlman. But
well, he was still a good actor. I mean,
he's still a quality actor, man.
Even before he went retarded.
Angelica Houston was in that too.
Angelica Houston, yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was not a film to be taken serious.
Oh God,
still does.
It was.
What was that?
It was farcical.
What was that crazy pirate movie? That's probably considered a B movie.
Which one? There's a lot of them.
I know. I'm trying to think of something.
Yellowbeard?
No, it wasn't Yellowbeard.
Oh, I love
that.
Yellowbeard.
One suffered.
I think Gina Davis was in this pirate movie.
Oh no!
No.
You
lost me.
If you say you like that, then
no,
that's
but
truly a guilty pleasure.
I just think it is because
I remember.
I remember a number of years ago. It's like, what is it, Cutthroat Island or something?
Yeah, Cutthroat Island. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
I couldn't.
God,
I couldn't last 10 minutes trying to watch that one day. Not too long ago. I was like,
I also remember another movie, and my brother and I, after we saw the Green Lantern film with Ryan Reynolds, we went, "What was that?" And then my dad was like, "That was pretty good." I was like,
I have a confession I'm gonna make in front of you, Anonymous, Baron, and everybody who's listening and watching.
Here we go.
I like the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie.
It has its moments, I'll say, but
the sad thing is I have not seen it. I want to see it because I like Green Lantern, and I know it gets dumped on, but I still want to see it. I really do.
Even Ryan Reynolds dumps on it.
Oh, I know, but he dumped. But that's Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he has fun.
That's the kind of person he is. Yes. Just like George Clooney was like, I screwed up with Batman and Robin.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, you have to say that, or no one will take you serious. Let's just put it that.
Or when De Niro was like, "I shouldn't have done Little Fockers." Yeah, they regret those.
No, that's because he is a little fucker. But that's beside the point. Yeah, that was a hype joke.
Yeah, they should have stopped with those movies at the second one. I remember when we had a group, we saw Little Fockers. We went, "What the fuck did we watch it?" But it was like, well, there was a hot woman in there, though. So, yeah.
Well, what about Mario Brothers movie with the original one with John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins?
Man,
and
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah,
Dennis Hopper. Mm-hmm. Dennis Hopper, I think, said he was stoned through the whole thing. I can't remember.
Probably was.
Yeah, I could see why.
Yeah. I think that's what he came back and said. That's the only way you could get through doing the film. But I wish he had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun doing it.
I would love somebody to shock people in the industry and say, you know what, we're going to do a movie like Who Framed Roger Rabbit again, just to see the look on people's faces. We're going to do this. It's going to be politically incorrect. That's right, part 2. It's going to be politically incorrect, and you all can go screw off.
But wait a minute, Cash. They wouldn't do that nowadays. Jessica Rabbit is too risky. And
I know.
No, they need to enlarge the breast. She gets a breast enlargement.
and a more prominent coochie shot. Remember they say
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Kurt Russell and Soldier. Do you know technically that that Kurt Russell film Soldier is technically a sequel to Blade Runner? No joke.
I didn't know that.
In fact, you can see one of the police spinners in the garbage scene back there. But yeah, basically that's kind of giving you a sight of when they're talking about the going on in the colonies and Tannenhauser gates and attack ships on fire. Basically, that was kind of a technical sequel, but it's not recognized as such.
That was the first movie I ever bought on DVD.
Right, yeah. No, it's funny to me, that whole Sucker Punch thing. I know of a friend, Steven, who really likes that movie a lot. And I'm like, yes, I agree. There's a lot of hot, attractive women in that, but I don't know. They said to Zack Snyder, here's money, make a movie that you want to make. That's what he made. Well, that's what he made.
So TCAP Steve for that. And TCAP Steve also brings up Remo Williams in there. And the funny thing about Remo Williams is the character Remo Williams is supposed to be a master of this type of martial arts. But in the book series and all that, that the character Remo Williams, it's all BS. that form of martial art doesn't exist. It was all just made up for the male pulp, the man pulp action book series, that came out. The Executioner, I think it's the Executioner. I can't remember. But then you had all these actors that were going to try out the part, and all these actors bullshitting, going, "Yeah, I know how to do this form of martial arts. I trained in some of that when I was younger, and various stuff like that." And all the producers are rolling their eyes, going,
"Fake it till you make it."
Yeah, it's your typical. The Destroyer series. Yeah, there we go. There's so many. The Executioner, the Destroyer, there's all those out there. But yeah, and it's like, it just shows you the stupidity of actors. They'll say anything. It's like, yeah, I know how to do that form of martial arts.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Grey's dad plays. So you have Jennifer Grey's dad, who's a nice Jewish lad from the Bronx or wherever, playing this Asian mystic martial arts master in that movie. I mean, talk about being problematic. It's like, again, we didn't care back in the day.
No, man. Well, even Romeo Must Die, like, considering now it's so politically incorrect, certain things that they say, dim sum come out and play, things like that. Like, they would never try that. And it's disappointing that people like Anthony Anderson, who used to be such a funny guy, he was even funny in that Transformers movie. He's like, I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal. Like, it was just the way he presented things. It was funny. And now the way he's gone, it's like, dude, I don't want to watch any of your stuff.
No.
Like, your old stuff, fine. But, dude, your new stuff, no.
Well, when he did that utterly racist show, Blackish, and I'm going to call it utterly racist.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind the fact that episode. I don't mind white people having fun poked at. I mean, look at Richard Pryor and Red Fox and all that, poke fun at white people and Eddie Murphy. But they poke fun at everybody, including other black people, right? But no, Anderson had to go in there.
But that's how comedy used to be, poking fun at everybody.
It was poking fun at everybody.
Oh, I could flat put you on some clips of Red Fox. Getting everybody, man. Dude.
Yeah, of course.
White folks, black folks, doesn't matter. In the end, you all gotta wash your asses. I mean,
you big dummy.
That's right.
You big dummy. Yeah.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. Yeah,
I'm coming.
It's the big one, Elizabeth.
It's the big one.
We can sit here and laugh about Sanford and Sons because we watched it growing up.
Yeah, funny show.
Hell yeah.
And when you watch the reruns, funny stuff, man.
And Grady on that show was absolutely hysterical too. I mean, but then you had, what was it, Harlem Nights, when you had Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and Red Fox, along with Della Reese. My God. And of course, the chemistry between Della Reese and Red Fox gave us the Royals, which unfortunately Red Fox died in the middle of the series, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
But it was because of the interplay that they had in there that they decided to do a TV show with those two in it, which was, again, comedic gold because they could play off each other. I mean, it's wonderful. God bless Red Fox, Richard Pryor.
I want more like random stuff, like the thing they did in Family Guy, where they go, Florida, that's a state. Why would they call my name Florida? And then Dynamite.
that was what's so great about the Family Guy when it first came out, was the random stuff. And then all across the race, the random stuff is not what we want to do, because it's like the little common denominator. No, it's great humor.
It was just out of nowhere. It's like, that's a name of a state. Yeah, it is. JJ Walker, Dynamite.
And again, 89 Batman flick. Think about it. They put Billy D. Williams in as Harvey Dent, and what? We had no problem with it, and we were all excited to see what he would do doing Two-Face for the next film, and we were cheated. We were cheated big time. They should have done that for the next Batman film.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Oh God, he would have been.
I hate Batman Returns, but he would have been
an iconic Two-Face. I think. Tommy Lee Jones, he was just too over the top.
He was way over the top. Way too over the top. Yeah.
Well, that's because who was doing the film, and again, when you had those two, that's all that was about. Let's go back to the '66 over the top and not do it right.
Yeah, it was just way too over the top. If he maybe he could have done it if they told him don't be like this. But who knows?
Well, look at the director. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, give it to him if you want to put nipples on the bat suits, because of his sexual fetishes. And yeah, I'm much I was kidding, but that was,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we wanted Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Well, what about a movie like Payback? Do you guys remember that film?
But Mel Gibson, yeah, it was a great film.
Yeah,
really
awesome
good movie.
film.
Saw it in the theater.
Been a long time since I've seen it, but
really good movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but hey, movie night if we can find it. Yeah, I remember seeing that in the theater with the former long suffering, and it was a great fun. It's like it threw you right in the movie. No, it just basically started off running with that film and kept going. It's like this is what it's about: revenge. I want my money. Give me my money.
Yeah.
And was it Lucy Liu that was in there?
It's been so many years.
Let me look it up. It's been
not sure. Yeah,
so long since I've seen it. I don't want to say.
I remember watching Payback on VHS.
Yeah, how to tell people how old you are, Mr. Birthday Boy? How old you are.
Yeah, happy birthday, Cash.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous.
Yeah, and that was the funny thing about it. He only wanted the 70,000. It was 130,000, but he just wanted his 70,000. He wasn't greedy about it, and that what made the character even better. It's like, he's not looking for interest. He just wants his 70,000.
It's crazy.
Okay, I'm looking up the cast. Yeah, it was Lucy Liu. Gosh,
Mhm.
wow. Back then.
Oh God, I tell
she
you,
still looks good for her age, but yeah, she was.
I know. Well, she's Asian, of course, and that's not being racist or anything like that. It's like her and Tia Carrera and all the others. Oh my God, how the
I know. Relic Hunter is still a pretty good show, man. The writing is still pretty good. Yeah.
I liked watching that show, and yes, it was because of Tia Carrera.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But the supporting cast was good too, and so
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I even went back recently and watched some of Hercules on Amazon Prime, and I was like, "Dude, this show, the writing in this show is still pretty good, man." They have some really good episodes, and then I mean, Sam Raimi, of course, was involved in all that with Xena and Hercules. And that's definitely one of the reasons.
The women they had in that show,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
seeing Lucy Lawless as Xena for the first time.
It's awesome.
That got my blood pumping.
It's funny she wanted to kill Hercules before, and I love how they played that out. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, Lucy, she came in and she actually played a character before she played Xena in Hercules. So they brought her back for another guest appearance, which was Xena. Became so popular, we have to make a show about her.
Yep, makes sense.
And that show lasted for a good while too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it did.
I think it lasted longer than Hercules.
Yeah, and you could tell which episodes were written by Alex Kurtzman because they sucked.
Yeah. Fuck you, Kurtzman. Now wait a minute. This is impossible. We never had shows like Relic Hunter or Xena or anything like that. There were especially women that weren't white that were stars in shows. That never happened.
I would even say shows like more recent ones, Librarians is pretty good too. If you've ever watched that, it's pretty good.
And I need to sit down. I want to see the.
I want more shows again, like Sliders, man. I gotta find Sliders again. God, I haven't watched that in years.
Well, look at that, John Rhys Davies, for crying out loud! Right there, you got it. Right there's a winning with having him in there. The Librarian movies with Bob Newhart, rest his soul. I mean, I want to see back and see those movies because of Bob and John Larroquette took over for the show again, and their quality.
I was annoyed, especially because Jimmy Kimmel had known.
I tuned in was because of Kari War.
I was annoyed that Jimmy Kimmel, knowing Bob Newhart for so many years, did not say, "Hey, we need to do a video tribute to this man."
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, Jimmy Kimmel. You know he's a prick.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold back, but I mean,
I know.
I mean, if he was a decent human being, he would at least gone off script and done something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can go off script with all the political bullshit and those things, you can go off script and say,
"Of course, man. Of
course.
Here's
the Bob Newhart. If it wasn't for Bob, many of us would not be here. Many of us would not have been inspired.
That's true.
His soul wouldn't have graced us and made us all better at what we're doing.
Yep. He had a lot of nice things to say about him, but it's like, show a video tribute. Come on, man. Jeez. Show a dang video tribute. Hey.
He was the GOAT. He was the GOAT.
Yes.
No doubt about it. When you talk about GOAT, that should be on his tombstone. The GOAT.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we wrap things up here, Anonymous, I do have one final question to ask you, and that's about your channel. Where do you see it 6 months to a year from now?
In the trash can.
I knew he was going to say it. I knew he was going to say that. I knew it.
He's like, YouTube finally took it down. That's it, man. I'm done.
That's right. It's over.
Here's your cancellation notice. Yeah, here you go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out there. Okay. Come on, there's got to be plans for the she shed. Tales from the she shed. Come on.
Room onto the she shed.
That's going to be your next.
YouTube's going to pay for it.
Your next stream, you're going to do a video of your shop, right? Building stuff in your shop.
That'd be cool,
do that, man. People do that.
No,
I would watch.
I'm serious. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, right now it's storage. I build stuff every once in a while, like my my drawing desk. I built that, which I probably should have filmed it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
I have the crappiest tools imaginable, and I gotta like finesse it just to get a straight cut out of it. but it worked. I got it going, and it's functional, and it's pretty decent looking. But I should have filmed that. Maybe I'm gonna start working on my arcade again. I don't know. Maybe I'll film the rest of that. I mean, I missed like 75% of it, but my wife's making me work on it. So I don't know, man. I'm just probably gonna just keep on keeping on. I want to still make videos. Now that I got this all newfound mental clarity, my brain's not working on 2% anymore. It's probably up to about 30%.
Better than me.
Yeah, well, it's it was a long road to hoe to get there, but I'm learning a lot more. Like I pick up my guitar. Nice, I've learned more about my guitar. I've learned more on the guitar in the past 2 months than I have in the past 20 years because I can focus better. I learn a lot faster. I'm not. I think part of my ADHD.
Pain, dude. Yeah, but you're not in pain, man.
Yeah, my hands don't hurt anymore. See, I couldn't do any of this without my hands swelling up or going to sleep. Or of course, the carpal tunnel surgery helped that out a whole lot. So I'm not contributing all that to my diet, but I did still have arthritis pain in my hand, so I couldn't do it for very long.
Well, I'm all serious saying this. That'd be an interesting journey to see you do through your YouTube channel. Is you're doing the guitar, what you're learning, how you're learning it, inspirations that you have about that. I mean, right there. I mean, you'd think like it's silly or whatever, but a lot of people do use that and they get inspired. They do find it inspiring. It's like, well, that guy is doing it. I can do it too. And that's not a shot saying that guy. Just like
no,
but it's not a slight. It's like, it's like, hey, I can see that. I'm getting inspired, and he's telling me what inspires him or who he's seen. I think that'd be a wonderful thing for a stream. Be honest. Just saying, and being serious too, not just being a smart ass bear that I am.
No. And if you ever decide to do another gaming stream, man, just follow along with the same pattern you did with Harry Potter. Nice and relaxed, chill stream.
Hey, if you want to do a multiplayer stream with all of us, hey, I think we'd be more than happy to join you and stuff.
Man.
I'm always open for that.
Always.
Yeah, you can abuse us like Cash abuses us when we do his.
Of course. Cash is so nice.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there he is. Boom. There's Cash. The moment you
I remember a few times.
There he is. Boom.
I remember a few times in Dark Time. I'm like, we're gonna do it this time. We did, and it's like, okay, just relax.
Okay, all right, one more time. Let's try it again.
Yeah,
Baron's like, I gotta go, guys.
I gotta
Forget
stretch a little
you,
bit.
coach.
Yeah, I gotta stretch a little bit. See you next Thursday. You know.
Like, this isn't going
that's
anywhere.
why
I gotta bow out.
I was like, we gotta Anonymous. That one day we were like, okay, we got to figure out what's going on here. We're not getting where we want to go, and what is going on. We should be winning this. Okay, so we got to move around. We got to do this. We got to do that. And so, yeah, I would always tell people, like, when you're stuck on something, and Mike would probably say the same thing. And it's just, you play stuff offline, and then you'll feel more comfortable when you go back online to stream this stuff. Because it's just sometimes these stuff, it's annoying when you're there. You're like, I can't figure this out. I don't know. Like, I'm having a brain lock. I can't figure it out. And then you play it offline. It's like, oh, was that what it was? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you don't realize that it's right in front of you when you're playing, and then you play it offline, and then you notice it. It's like, why did I notice that when I was streaming?
That's right.
Or catch another streamer doing it. Going, oh, I see now.
Oh, that's what he did. Oh, shit. All right. Well, fine.
I'm not afraid to admit that I was playing. I played Alien Isolation, and I forgot that there was 2 extra downloadable content games or missions.
Yeah.
And I never played them.
Yeah.
I bought it all, but I just forgot they were there because I was like so spent from playing the original game that I was like, all right, I'll come back to this later. I'm going to take a break. And then I completely forgot about it. And it's like, I was playing yesterday. I turned it on. I was like, oh crap. There's I can't remember the name of the mission though. The one where you're on the Nostromo and you got to get the air vents or lead the alien into the air vent. Right. So I got to a certain point where I was down in the air vent in the dark, and I had to make it to the other side without getting hit or getting the alien. But he kept getting me and kept getting me and kept getting me, and I was like, "What the crap is going on? Why can't I get past this?" And I was so mad. I ended up having to look it up on the internet and watch some other guy do it.
Yeah, I mean, that can help, man. It's just that game is all. You just got to be quiet. The one thing I remember getting a bit freaked out about was the androids, because you look at them too long, then they come over and start choking you.
Yeah,
you're like, oh crap.
I didn't have to have any help for the actual main game. It's just that one spot. It just was driving me up the wall.
Yeah.
And I still got the other mission to do, so I'm going to do that pretty soon.
That's why
what was to start choking him, and Cash would go, harder, Daddy. What? Huh?
No,
yeah.
that's what Baron did. Yeah, no, that is definitely one of the best. Well, it's just a really good horror game, and it's a really good alien game too. And the tie-in with Ripley's daughter.
Yep. And Steven, thank you for stopping by this afternoon, brother. Greatly appreciate it.
We'll talk again soon, Steven, and I'm gonna try that Trigun Stampede movie anime. I think it's a remake or whatever. But I remember you telling me before that they basically tell you everything in the first episode. That worries me, man.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, man, thanks for coming by and thanks for supporting me, man. Steven. I appreciate it. And he's watched my video and give me some support and stuff. That's appreciate it.
Good seeing you, man. Yeah, we need him on here before and grill him.
Right. Always good to see you, Steven.
Don't worry, that'll be in the works. There are plenty of people I want to ask to be guests on Pop Talk. I just got to stop procrastinating and actually ask them.
I'm waiting to get invited to be a guest. So.
You're always on here, Baron.
You can't get rid of
You have access to the stream guard, so you can pop in anytime.
Yeah, I'm like herpes. I'm always there and fester now and then. Yeah.
But before we go here on Anonymous, is there anything you want to promote? Anyone you want to promote?
Yeah, just go watch my latest videos, I guess. I know I make fun of made it into a comedy sort of thing, carnivore video, but
is it getting
if
more
you
attention
do
now? I hope so.
no, really. I think
Alright.
YouTube isn't promoting it at all, so there's
Of
like zero
course.
200 impressions, so like it ain't showing it to nobody. But
You like me too. I'm sorry.
yeah, I just I urge everybody just do your research. Go look up Ken Berry, Dr. Ken Berry, the no nonsense doctor who has done all the science work, all the research on this stuff. And he can tell you why this works and why it's the best thing you can do as far as the way you eat and the way you can feel better. If you're tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired, just give it a shot. I mean, what do you got to lose? I'm like with Jordan Peterson. What's 30 days out of your life? Just to try. And if it doesn't work, then you go back to eating the way you like. But other than that, yeah, just watch a video. I'll try to make some more. I'll try to figure out some stuff to do, and I'll put them out the best I can with the time I got. And in other words, just catch me here in the chat, hanging, maybe playing video game with Cash and Mike and Baron, and sometimes, and we'll see you around.
And ladies and gentlemen, I have posted anonymous links in the chat on both the YouTube side and Rumble side. You could also find his links to his channels and also to his X account in the description down below. Now, Baron, what do you have coming up?
Well, listen to me going, yeah. Well, we have Cash and I might as well plug both of us together. Rumble exclusive series. That's right. We took the big plunge and only went Rumble with this because, well, one word, freedom. Freedom. And that's cranky, old fans. You can catch us on Rumble at Cash Money Madness, his channel over there. Well, about an hour-long show. We usually tackle 2 topics. We had our first one our premiere episode last one. The next one, I think we're going to be talking about gatekeeping and I think something about animation. I have to take a look at my notes on that one. I still have to do the new intro. I'll probably do that after we're done here. So, and that is at 8:00 Pacific time, 10:00. Boy, you're keeping me up late, aren't you, buddy? Central time. We invite you all to come over.
You said you were good for that.
I know, but you know me, I always like to complain. So you can catch us there. And of course, the other one will be over at Jace's 540 Studios. You can catch us on the new and improved, soft rebooted The Beyond. That's of course with Jace Fox himself. Hopefully, Prismatic will be joining us soon. Get better. We love you, man. Of course, you can also catch sometimes Hoshi shows up, sometimes Whoopa shows up, Kilty Cajun, and of course, Cash Monet, the guy above me here, and myself, Baron Norman Tag. And that is anywhere between 6 and 6:30 Central Time, because you never know when Jace actually hits the go live button on that one. He's Norwegian. They're funny that way. So please join us for that as well. Jason's 540 Studios, The Beyond. And the rest, I'll just leave up to the rest of you guys, because you know me. I'm that tag along that you just can't get rid of. It's like, kid's following us again. What can we do to get rid of him? He's a hanger-oner. So back to you, Mike, to pass on the torch to somebody else.
Cash, go ahead and promote. Coming up on the Phantom Hooligans. Or soon to be called, because October's right around the corner. Yes.
All right. So, since Spock wants to join us again for Star Trek Online, we're going to be playing that on next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and hopefully we're going to have better. I'll say we're going to have less problems with the Romulans and stuff. So,
hey, we kicked their ass finally.
We did. I was happy about that. Yep. Yeah. And so that's coming up.
We did strategery and did it.
That's right. Strategery. Yeah, right. And then let's see. So I was going to work on it a few days ago, but I'm going to work on it tonight. I finally, second part of the Another Crab's Treasure. I I'm gonna do hopefully about 2 hours with that. It's gonna be a tough fight with the Duchess. She's not fun. I remember, and she spits some pollution at you too. It's not fun. But yeah.
How do you know my dog does that?
Nah. But yeah, another Crab's Treasure, and if you enjoy that Dark Souls type combat, that's definitely a game to get. And it's funny with this whole thing about the loan shark taking your shell and you got to get it back, and then all the pollution in the ocean, and it's crazy, but it's a fun game. And before Baron says he's got crabs, no, I don't. It's just called another.
I'd be nice.
Treasure.
I'd be nice this time.
It's just VD. It's not crabs.
That's right. And then in another few days before. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday. It'll either be Wednesday night or it'll be like early morning Mondays, because what happens is Phil and I usually are watching Fairy Tale because he wants to watch a lot of Fairy Tale, and I'm enjoying it too. And we've got a lot of episodes, and then it's like, well, I'm still awake. As long as I'm awake, then I'm going to be working on a video or something else. So what is coming up is my solo stream on the Phantom Hooligans and Twitch on Cashmoney007 is Splatoon 3. So that's coming up in a few days. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to do the whole campaign, and I'm going to be the octopus is going to be squirting ink all over.
Whoa. Leave your pinks out of there.
Pornographic over here.
Yeah.
It uses a gun.
Cover me with your ink. Oh, yeah.
No,
it's
not
all
like
inky.
Shoot that ink all over me, you dirty cowboy.
But if you guys have ever played Splatoon 3, it's actually a lot of fun. So, and all the Splatoon games are on Nintendo. So, yeah. Awesome. And then, of course, if you guys just wanted to add this, if you guys don't know, there's, of course, a big fight between Nintendo and Pal World. So we'll see how that comes into play. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a video on that as well at some point. So. But yeah, those are what's coming up right now. And then I got to get my Inside Out 2 video done. It's just not ready yet. So, but
okay. Sounds good. Now, before I promote myself, I do want to thank those of you who stopped by, and I want to thank the lovely Arwen Avalon for stopping by. Thank you, Arwen. It's great to see you. Appreciate the support. Also, Pop Culture Mechanic, thank you for stopping by, brother. And if you haven't subscribed to Pop Culture Mechanic, please do. Same goes for Arwen Avalon. Please subscribe to her as well. Also want to thank the long-suffering Miss Tag.
And I heard she's going to
have a Baron 24/7.
She might have to. She might have to have a channel soon where all she does is criticize Baron. I don't know.
Well, what she knows she needs to do is strap her phone to her head and have it constantly recording, so she can record her yelling at him all time. Just live stream it. That's all she got to do.
Well, that's why she likes going to work. He gets away from me.
I also want to thank Jet Sparks 373. Thank you for stopping by, brother. And if you haven't subscribed to him yet, do so.
Yeah.
Soda Poopus Cuber, everybody's favorite polar bear here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, brother.
Polar bear necessities. It's the polar bear necessities.
Kitty Bear, thank you for stopping by. Big Daddy T-Gap, Big Daddy T-Gap Steve, a great supporter of the channel. That's right. Gifted some memberships last week. That's right. Some lucky folks got new memberships last week, and we had a membership stream last night. So if you missed it, you can see it.
The T-Cap raid, man. Yep.
I was away from the keyboard, so I couldn't join, but I hope it was a good show.
It was. Phil McCracken, Phil being Phil.
Yeah, of course. Anonymous is better than everybody. Team Epic fail. Right. Blah blah blah.
I can't disagree, with that particular point. But
don't feed his ego, man. That's right. Don't feed the beast.
Low Specs Linux Gaming, also known as Low Spec Linux Laptop. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, well, click on those 3 dots and go to channel and subscribe to him as well.
Please.
He's everybody's favorite penguin besides Punk Waddle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, Pops, great to see Pops. Does talk hard every Tuesday with Stone Loki and Ironcaster. Catch him. Subscribe to him. Steven Ransom. Thank you, Steven, for stopping by. It's always good to see you, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, Pops, Steven.
DJ Ronnie G. Subscribe to DJ Ronnie G and catch his late show every Monday night at 10:30.
Nerdles.
Yes. And Punk Waddle, everybody's favorite penguin besides low spec Linux laptop.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to Punk Waddle's channel and catch his ponderings. You never know what the penguin might ponder. The sheriff.
Penguin Dome.
He ponders some pretty weird stuff. It's all good.
And the Padawannabe, thank you for stopping by today, and thank you for joining the member stream last night. It's always fun. And make sure to subscribe to his channel as well. Who knows, in the future, he might even do a Lego build.
What?
Well, he's done one before on other channels, so yeah.
Yeah. And Jason Fox of 540 Studios. Make sure you subscribe to 540 Studios and catch
for
the
Jenna Ortega. Simp.
Well, again, he's not listening to us no more because we didn't give all the praise and glory and adoration to her.
I'm waiting for messages later. I hate you guys.
Make sure you subscribe to 540 Studios and catch the Beyond every Thursday. And also Skullcast every Saturday.
Uh-huh.
You got it.
You're wrong. Well, he's going to keep telling me I'm wrong, but he needs to know. I'm Mike. Well, number one, I'm always right. Well, number two, if Mike is wrong, see rule number one.
Yes.
See how that works?
You're wrong. Well, you're wrong.
It's like that Depeche Mode song.
Yeah. But thank you to everybody who stopped by this edition of Pop Talk, whether you watched, listened, and learned on YouTube or Rumble. We really appreciate you. And Anonymous, thank you for accepting the invitation to be our guest today. It was a lot of fun, brother.
And I think before we go, I think we are obligated to do this. And so I will be the one with the honor of doing it.
Anonymous.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but every time we play it, it's a tribute to Clobby, because if it wasn't for Clobby saying that to you when you popped in his chat and you telling us, that clip wouldn't exist.
That's true.
So
I got to live with it the rest of my life. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate Clobby. You guys are just the best friends a guy could ask for.
Oh.
Such a
being sarcastic, by the way.
I could tell. But real quick before we go, I do want to say that what's coming up on the channel for this week is on Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be 2 Batman Arkham Knight streams, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. And then Wednesday, we're going to have a watch party here on Pop Talk. And that movie that we're going to be watching is going to be The Bike Riders with Tom Hardy, Jodie Comer, and Austin Butler. I thought it was a great movie when I went and saw it in June of this year. And I hope you all get the same enjoyment that I got out of it. And before we leave, I do want to say hello to the old man.
Old man.
Old man.
Oh. He's late to the party.
Good to see you, old man, and good to see you all as always. And remember, the one motto here on this channel is don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Take care, all.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby. Pop Talk is where it's at, baby. Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
I forgot I was on the loop.
Go outside and hug a tree.
Yeah. Touch some grass. Smoke some grass. Whatever it is.
Cut some grass.
Oh, there we go.
Don't eat the grass, though. Good God.